888-848-9250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food.
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile. Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy-to-set-up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
When your round is going bad, it seems like nothing works. So the So-So Golfer offers 6 tips to save the bad round. First, forget about working on swing mechanics. That creates headworms. Second, tee off with what's working. If your driver isn't working, use a club that does. A 7-iron in the fairway is better than a lost ball. Third, play shots you know how to play. If your second shot looks like a big fade around a tree in the fairway and you just never practice that shot, leave it alone. Take your medicine and hit it back in the fairway. Don't overcomplicate the task at hand. If a simple bump and run will get your ball to the flag, don't try a flop shot that might only catch your buddy in the teeth. And don't give up. It's okay to get upset after a bad shot, but Tiger Woods gives himself 10 paces to vent and then it's done. Good advice there. And most of all, have fun. It's a game. Remember, you'll have lots of time on the range to work out all those shot frustrations you find on the course. Smile, tip your hat, and get on to the next shot. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
You know, I always knew that I was in the presence of stardom every time I work with Kayla Anderson, but now I know it's true. Because joining me now on the show
I know where you're going.
a new star of Netflix's Quarterback Season 3, Kayla Anderson. Okay.
What can I say? They reached out to me about a month ago and asked for permission, and I didn't know where that was going.
I'm just saying, you start talking about Cam Warren, and you see all these tweets pop up, and bam, Kayla Anderson's tweet talking about it right on Netflix's documentary. I'm just saying.
Sactown Sports, Kayla Anderson, that is. That's right. Autographs are $5.
That's it?
Well,
you know what you should do? You know what you should do? Have you heard of that? You've heard of the, what is it called? That thing that you can pay for celebrities to talk to. Cameo.
Yeah, I think Bryce Harper's under some big scrutiny for that.
Kyle Draper's on Cameo.
I heard this.
So you could do a cameo. Oh, Kayla Anderson cameos would be great.
I'll just tell him to blank off.
Yeah, it's only anytime you want to send threatening messages to anybody, go to Kayla Anderson's Cameo.
Now, I'd be real good at that.
Pay $50 and tell Kayla who the person is and how they wronged you.
Absolutely.
And let Kayla just go.
That is perfect. It'd be a different type of cameo.
Yeah.
It'd be like a hey, you need to take down your bullies cameo.
Yeah, okay.
Come to me for that.
Let's do this. So the Kayla Anderson cameo you hire when you need to send a threatening message. Like the Jason Ross cameo you get anytime you want to send someone like something very, very sweet, very kind, right? The Whitey Gleason cameo would be like if you need a song, like a birthday song or something about you. Okay, so that's Whitey.
Yours would be definitely anything Lord of the Rings associated.
Yeah, of course. By the way, there are Lord of the Rings cameos on there. There's the Hobbits, but they're way too expensive.
The Hobbits?
I've wanted to do it.
You could dress up as something.
I could.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, Chris would be...
that seems like my market is very small, though, because anybody can threaten.
You can expand to the movies.
No, any movies would have to be Chris.
Well, he could also do wrestling. He could also do
soccer, yeah.
You know?
Chris's cameos would go hard, too. Chris's cameos, he'd just laugh at you.
When I was doing the champ character, tried to get on Cameo. But,
really?
Yeah.
So do you have to do a application?
You have to apply to them and say, like, what is this for? What are you known for? Type of thing. I did not hear back.
I could send in, I'm known for bullying. Back. Bullying back.
Hey, I'm known for bullying.
I don't like bullying. Bullying back, now that's another story.
Hey, so Kyle, look at this. Kyle Draper, his cameo price is $55. I'd say that's a good price for Kyle Draper.
That's pretty good.
27 reviews. All of them are perfect 5 stars.
Let's go. Anybody else?
He's not one of those guys that just looks at their phone and goes, hey, Tom, happy birthday from Jen. She says that you like baseball.
That's what some of them do, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts. I think I'd actually be good at Cameo.
5-star review for Kyle Draper saying the video was a perfect surprise birthday gift.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Kyle, for being genuine and putting such a great effort into the video. Oh, this is great.
Cool.
No, see, you get a cameo. Like everything Kyle Draper does, you get 100%.
Yeah.
You get a Kyle Draper cameo, and he says nice things, and what he can do pep talks, he says, birthdays, roasts. Ooh.
Now that I like.
Advice.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think we need a Kayla Anderson cameo.
What's weird that he's not under, I guess he's kind of gone, but I just look, oh, there he is. I was looking at Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
Do you know who the most expensive cameo is for Sacramento Kings?
Like current or just can be associated?
They are not on the Sacramento Kings.
Okay. Boogie?
Former player?
Former Sacramento King.
I don't think Boogie.
I'll give you a hint, big hint. It says NBA Warriors 2-time champ, Lakers champ.
Warriors 2-time champ, Lakers champ. Oh, no, I should know this.
It is $660.
Holy moly.
So it's like, okay, I'm a huge Sacramento Kings fan.
Okay, 2-time.
It is a lot of money, but
2-time champ with the Warriors, so this is fairly recent.
And Lakers.
And Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is it JaVale McGee?
JaVale McGee.
Wow.
$600 for JaVale McGee. Worth it.
Dang.
Worth
Who
it.
is currently playing for the Beijing Ducks.
JaVale McGee, also very good interview.
That's probably why he's good at that cameo
When we were
stuff.
with ABC 10, JaVale McGee came in because he did his celebrity softball game here in Sacramento. And he came through, and Kevin and I did an interview with him. Really good interview. Mm-hmm. Really good dude.
So his are probably pretty entertaining.
JaVale McGee, $600. Wow. See, we got to up the Kayla Anderson price.
Yeah, maybe.
Cam Ward, quarterback season 3 star, and Sactown Sports radio host, Kayla Anderson.
There we go.
Starting at $500.
That would pay a bill.
Come on.
Let's go.
Let's work on it. But yes, if you watch season 3 of Quarterback on Netflix, you will see Kayla Anderson's tweet pop up.
Yes.
How about that? Good for you. Congratulations.
I'm gonna start that tonight.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I
haven't watched any of it. I'm behind on those shows. Chris, I know obviously you're a big wrestling guy. Have you watched Unreal?
Yes.
Okay, so I can tell by the tone you don't. I watched like 3 episodes of the first season and I gave up. I just stopped watching. And I like behind the scenes.
What's
stuff.
that on?
It's Netflix. It's basically a behind-the-scenes look at wrestling, and they tell the stories, or like they show you how everything works, which is very new for wrestling.
It's this weird thing of they tell you how everything. So you already know the storylines going in, and they show you how it came to play. But in the background, there's a lot of this like they're not saying it, but it's a lot of how great are we?
Yeah.
Look at this. Like, how smart are we?
Yeah.
You love this. And it's like, no, it was lame then.
Well, they dropped the trailer for season 3 of WWE's Unreal recently, and it's all about John Cena's retirement tour, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So it's just going to be a bunch of, like, Cena. I got to wrestle my friends.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Interesting.
But congratulations for being...
Thank you.
I wanted to ask your... opinion on something that happened yesterday. So I got home yesterday, and I wanted to. My son needed to get out of the house. My wife was like, "Take him out. I'm tired." So I took him. What I usually do, we go to the driving range at one of our local courses. Well, there was nobody there. Nobody at the course.
It was hot.
Yes. So I was like, "Can I walk on and play 9 holes with my son?" And they asked how old my son is. Now I know that you have to be 6 or older to take him on.
Okay.
And I wanted to lie. I wanted to say he was 6 because he's not even 5 yet. He turns 5 in August, but he's a big kid. It's like I wanted to say he was 6, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could have gone out on the course and taken him for the first time. Couldn't do it. My question is it would that have been okay to lie about?
The only reason I say no, and you know me, I like to bend the rules a little sometimes. The only reason I'd say no is because if Artie were to have gotten hit by a ball or something were to have happened.
True.
And
lawsuit.
That's just not good.
Yeah.
That you just don't mess around.
And that's
with
what they
that
said.
stuff.
They're like, yeah, for his safety, we don't want him to go. I'm like, all right.
I mean, I get it. It's kind of like, what is the difference between 5 and 6? But to protect you.
Yeah.
And what it could lead to.
6 seems very young.
Right?
And that still seems young.
I thought it was
agree.
7, but apparently at that course it's 6. Honestly, fair, because my son's biggest thing was like, I want to jump in the pond with all the ducks. I will jump in that pond. It's like, go
to
get
be
my golf
fair,
ball
that
while
was
you're
you 6 months ago.
less than that, like 3 months ago.
He's like, I don't want to golf. I just want to get in the pond.
Hey, listen, the intrusive thoughts of when you're at a golf course is just like that. Looks, especially on a hot day. But then you look at the state of the pond, you're like, never mind.
It's usually like mold, algae, or whatever.
Not great. Not great. All right, let's get the show started. Welcome into Matt and Kayla. I'm Matt George. That's Netflix star Kayla Anderson. We got Chris Verlaud with us for the second day in a row. Shout out Chris doing the radio marathon for 8 straight hours. We appreciate him putting in the extra shift today. On today's show, Jeremiah Salmonson, our friend who's been covering the entire Las Vegas Summer League for Sports Radio Service. He's down in Vegas. He actually had dinner with Jason Ross. He was nice enough to actually have dinner with Jason Ross. So shout out Jeremiah. We'll get his side of the story of this entire team dinner gate, and we'll hear his thoughts on how Summer League is going so far. At 1 o'clock, Jason Jones of The Athletic, our good friend, formerly of the Sacramento Bee, covered the Kings for a very long time. He gave the Kings a C grade on their offseason moves, and I think it's a fair grade. We'll get his thoughts on that, but that's not the biggest thing. He wrote an article for The Athletic today about the Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo incident, providing some more context, and then talking about how social media and burner accounts come into play. So we'll talk to him about that. And are we seeing a reconnection between DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings? Well, Jason Jones knows DeMarcus very, very well. He was close with DeMarcus when DeMarcus was here. So we'll talk to Jason about that. That's coming up at 1 o'clock. At 11, Kayla, you and I talked a lot about Darius Acuff Jr.'s play yesterday and how much he struggled on Sunday's loss to the Washington Wizards. And I know a lot of people who had concerns about the pick, or some people that are just, I guess, used to being negative, and no disrespect.
Or just really liked someone else.
Or maybe they like Kingston Fleming's better or someone else better, are not saying like I told you so, but kind of saying, see, these are the things that I was concerned about, the inefficiency of his shooting, the defense. These are things that I'm concerned about. I'm not promising you it'll make you feel better, but I think some numbers that I gathered and some context of summer leagues of the past will make you feel a little bit better about Darius Acuff Jr.'s summer league that he's having, and what it really means for his future. We'll do that at 11 o'clock. But did you watch at all Caleb Wilson's game last night for the Chicago Bulls?
That guy is, right now at least, I think he might be the steal of the draft.
I love AJ DeBonsa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fascinated by Darren Peterson and Cam Boozer.
Mm-hmm.
I think Caleb Wilson's the most exciting prospect in this draft.
Yeah.
Because there's so much unknown, and the Chicago Bulls, with where they're at as an organization, kind of doing a reset. I love Caleb Wilson for them.
Me too.
And he's been so much fun in his first 2 summer league games. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 5 blocks versus the Jazz. Darren Peterson didn't play. He was sitting courtside, but it makes sense to shut Darren Peterson down.
He's been good in summer league, to be fair.
Yes, and he played 2 summer league games already, and then played, I think, 2 or 3 games in Salt Lake City's summer league as well. So
2, yeah.
Shutting Darren Peterson down makes sense. I don't think AJ DeBonsa is going to play anymore. He's played 2 games, but Caleb Wilson has been sensational for Chicago.
Yeah, what a blessing that got him. And I know even if they had gotten Boozer, that would have been great too. Because it's not like Boozer's not been good. I just think Caleb now, we're seeing it with no injury. Because again, he didn't get to finish his season, which I know he was so frustrated about. And coming out in summer league, I think he kind of let these frustrations go out on the court, literally.
Yeah.
And so now we're all able to see him do this. And I know it's just summer league play, and it's like it's hard to give grades right now, but looking at what he does, it is so exciting. And for the Bulls that are in a bit of a rebuild, they have a new head coach. There's been a lot of shuffling there, trying to get back to what the Chicago Bulls have been in the past. This is the player that can do it for them. I mean, even if they're not winning a ton next year, which having him on your team is going to help you do that, they're selling out arenas just to go watch him play.
For sure.
And he's that exciting.
And he shot the ball really, really well in game 1 in particular.
He worked on his three-point shooting in the offseason, I guess.
And he also told reporters, he was like, but also at North Carolina, and he's like, he said this in a way that I don't remember his exact words, but he was like, I appreciate the coaching at North Carolina. They were asking me like not to shoot. They wanted me to get downhill. I'm a better shooter than my numbers suggested at North Carolina.
It's like, surprise, this one's in my bag too.
Yeah, I still think we need to see it over the course of a season to feel good about the consistency of it. But the biggest label against Caleb, other than the fact that he had hurt his hand, I think it was his hand, right?
Yeah, it was his hand.
So he didn't get to play in
March
Madness tournament, which was a real bummer. Was that like, oh man, but what about his shooting? Can he shoot? He can't shoot modern NBA. It's like I can shoot. I just didn't and was asked not to at North Carolina. So. And again, he didn't say that in a way that threw his coaching staff under the bus by any means.
No,
he's like,
really
this is just what they wanted me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just what they needed me to do. They wanted me to get downhill and get to the rim.
By the way, he is quite a personality too. Like he's got a good kind of personality to go in as a rookie and know that there is a lot on him, but he has like this kind of, he doesn't take everything too seriously. I don't know how to explain it, but it is infectious.
Again, at 11 o'clock, I'm going to have some numbers for you that provide context to Summer League and why, in reality, it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't matter, but it doesn't fully reflect who you're going to be as an NBA player by any means. But at the same time, you see how the top 4 have played in Summer League, and this top 4 looks as great as advertised. Like, this top 4 looks special. And you can see why, no disrespect to Darius Acuff Jr. or Keaton Wagler or Michael Brown Jr. or Kingston Flemings or any of the others, but you can see why the consensus was there's the top 4 and then there's the next tier, because that top 4 looks phenomenal. If I'm Adam Silver and I'm watching this top 4 play, I'm going, we're in such good shape for the future. Such good shape. These 4 look amazing.
Just don't blank it up, Adam.
Yeah.
With all your stupid storylines that you usually have throughout the season. This is the time, Matt, where you let the NBA have the talent do the talking.
Yeah.
Because you've got a Wemby. You've got some of these guys that are on their last hurrahs this next year. Now you've got a class of phenomenal rookies that are coming in who are going to draw a lot of attention. Like, again, let the playing do the talking. Not all the accessory crap, like things off the court. And some of the stuff, we like that drama, like trade deadline and all that.
Right.
But just some of the stuff that's not necessary.
Right. Let your stars be stars. Let them play.
Yeah.
Get out the way.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't want to reopen an old wound.
Oh, no. I just got this burn healed.
Oh, well, that's good.
All right.
I personally am not this way because I think for the most part I've been able to emotionally move on because I'm an adult. But I understand fans who are watching the top 4 right now and are going, damn it.
Yeah.
Why? Mm-hmm. Like, was that win worth? And time will tell. Like, we'll see how much better Maxime Reynaud looks in year 2. We'll see if the Kings' approach last season, which was arguably a year too early, because now with the new relegation zone and draft lottery system, it's like now the Kings were ahead of the curve. But were those extra wins that they picked up to focus on the development of those guys? I hope that pays off in the long run to where those guys are ahead of the curve in their own development for sure, and that works out for Doug and the Sacramento Kings, because ultimately that's what's most important. But any fan that's going, look at that top 4, and the Kings were in a prime position to land one of them, especially after the Washington Wizards were the worst team in the league and still got the number 1 overall pick. It's like, man, we were in that spot. I get it. I get it. I just get it.
And there's still no guaranteeing you would have. I mean, look at the Bulls.
Right.
Right. There's still no guarantee. Knowing the Kings' luck, they wouldn't have even gotten it.
Right. Sure.
Sorry, not to be rude, but
no, you could have had the Pacers' luck, right? The Pacers fell to 5.
Pacers fell to 5.
And lost their pick.
So I mean, we can all look at the Jazz specifically and be like, those son of a. You know my feeling on the Jazz.
Yes, we do.
But. I don't want to live in reminiscing about history or what we could have done.
100%.
It's going to make it harder to
100%.
do. Now, sometimes I want to be petty and do that. But right now, it's just like, this is what we have. Like, there is plenty of time for growth this season.
Yeah.
This is the stage to do it on.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing you can do as a fan, and like I said, you don't have to take my advice, but like just be there to root on your rookies, because this is what you have right now. This is the future. And I by no means would want my rookie to have an awful season or career here. And I know there's a lot of opinions already out with Summer League going on, because it's hard when all these other players, I mean, look at Acuff's teammate at Arkansas. Mm-hmm. He's tearing it up right now in the league. But that doesn't mean anything. Mm-hmm. It truly doesn't.
And again, we'll revisit I'll share some numbers for you that I started laughing when I was compiling these numbers, Kayla, because it's like, wow, I never, this context just, it makes you feel a lot better about Acuff, but it also blows your mind about some players in their summer league performances. Again, we'll do that at 11 o'clock. Regardless of how it makes you feel as a Kings fan, it's just crazy to see, the Bulls got Caleb Wilson at 4, and in any other draft, he easily could have gone number 1. The Grizzlies got Cam Boozer at 3. In any other draft, he's a consensus number. He put up better numbers at Duke than Zion did.
Yeah.
That's just the power of this draft class, man. To be top 4 in this draft class, it looks like you hit a freaking home run.
And there's also going to be not a lot of, but there will be players that fell to that 10 to 15, 17 range that you're going to have some of those guys pop out and be really good. That you can probably go back and say, well, why do we trade down?
Yeah, sure.
But right now, this is what you have, and it is so early on that I think it's going to be fine.
So the Kings are back in action today. They take on Michael Brown Jr. and the Brooklyn Nets. I haven't had any indication to suggest that Darius Acuff Jr. is done playing. In fact,
I hope he's not.
If he was done, I think I'd be very upset. Well, upset's not the right word. I'd be very bothered if Darius Acuff Jr. is done.
It wouldn't be because of Acuff Jr., I don't think.
I would imagine it would be a team decision. We've seen you enough. You've played, that would be 4 games. Mm-hmm. But he
still has a lot he needs to show.
Yes, I agree.
So,
but let's put the scenario out there, because they also play tomorrow. They played Celtics, Boston. That's how they end their summer league regular season.
I could see him not playing tomorrow.
Especially what I would love is Acuff go out, ball out tonight. It doesn't have to be a 30-point performance, but play efficient, play your best game of Summer League, and then we can sit you down and feel fine.
Yeah.
Like
and you're
that's
playing
what you
against
want.
Michael Brown Jr., and people are going to, want to see something like that. He did not, obviously, facing A.J. DeBonta when you're any player is hard to look better than him.
Sure.
But it will be one of those, too, that it's not a meaningless game if he plays really well, too, because you're going up against another top 10 pick, lottery picks.
Have you seen how good Braden Burries looks, too?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
been playing really
going
well.
to tell you, though, I'm going to pump the brakes on him just a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's putting up good numbers in Milwaukee.
I know he is. But
we saw him only for one game in the California Classic. Thanks a lot,
I
Bucks.
haven't watched really Nate Ament at all.
I haven't seen anything worth I mean, but after you take Braden Burries, Nate Ament was like a consolation because that's what you got as part of the Giannis trade. So we'll see how that plays out. All signs point to Max is going to play today. Because and Whitey Gleason pointed this out, and I actually forgotten about this when Max was asked about like playing in Summer League. He spoke like he was asked to play in a couple of games. So I hope we see Max today. I hope we see one more game of Darius Acuff Jr. and Maxime Reynaud together. My question is though, Nick Clifford and Dylan Cardwell. These are 2 second-year players. They played a lot. They've now
really have.
Both of them have now played 4 games, and they're playing decent minutes in all 4 of those games. Now, the Kings Summer League team doesn't have a ton of depth at the center position, but that's no reason to just keep Dylan Cardwell in there because that doesn't necessarily matter. But I don't know. My gut feeling tells me I want to see Nick and Dylan kind of just play out the entire Summer League, but I don't know if that's too much to ask for 2 not just second-year players, but 2 players that you know are going to have a very good chance, at the very least, of making your rotation on the main club.
I would think we'd at least, again, see them one more time tonight. And, I mean, you got to play someone on Wednesday, I guess.
That Boston game might be
terrible. That Boston game might be the bottom of the roster. Sorry, Boston. But in all seriousness, I would think if they play Acuff tonight, again, it would be nice to surround him with some of the guys he's been playing with, he's familiar with.
I agree.
So it would make sense to play Nick and Dylan tonight. And selfishly, I want to see him play.
Absolutely. In my mind, Emmanuel Sharp and Alex Karaban, especially Alex Karaban, they have to play every game. Like just play them every game. These are late first round / second round guys. I know Emmanuel Sharp has shown us a lot. So if you could make a case for Sharp not playing versus Boston tomorrow, I guess I can listen. Alex Karaban's he's got to play. He's got to show us something because we haven't really seen anything from Alex yet. So let him play. I would like to see Emmanuel Sharp playing, of course, like Jonathan Mobo. Well, he's a third-year player, so maybe they try and shut him down for the last game. I would hope that the Kings will just treat tonight like it's the Summer League finale almost. Hey, everybody's available one more time, and then versus Boston, we'll play whoever we need to get a little more run in. Like, that's what I hope from tonight's game. If Darius Acuff Jr. doesn't play tonight, I'm going to be very, very disappointed and frustrated. And it's not going to be Darius's fault. I don't know who would blame the Kings. I don't know. Regardless, like, based off of how the Summer League has gone and certainly how the Wizards game has gone, Darius Acuff Jr. sitting out just wouldn't sit well with me tonight.
It's hard to end Summer League on a note where we were talking about the frustrations with how Acuff played and having his first game of Summer League. It would be nice, and I think it would be good for the Kings to maybe end that, if that is the case, on a more positive note for Darius. And I'm sure Darius would feel the exact same way.
Yeah, if he cooks even in the first half, then
then sit him in the second.
We'll see. I want to see the response from Darius Acuff Jr. tonight, so hopefully we get to see it. We'll take the break. Show is just getting started. When we come back, we didn't get the opportunity to talk about Jonathan Mobo after the Wizards game.
Right.
I'm like, it's Summer League overreactions, things like that. I know White Gleason talked a lot about this too with Jonathan Mobo. I'm dead serious when I think he should be in the conversation for already being converted to a full roster spot. We'll talk about that and more when we come back. Plus, we have to talk about Jordan Walker winning the home run derby last night because it's actually a really, really cool story how it all went. And the Philly crowd was awesome, an awesome part of the whole home run derby spectacle. Plenty to get to. It's Matt and Kayla just getting started here on Sactown Sports.
Even among the most heated rivals, nothing brings people together quite like a little bit of turbulence.
When someone says, hey, there's an issue with the equipment, I don't feel particularly comfortable. And when they said equipment, I'm sitting on the aisle, and Frankie and I just slowly turn and look at each other, and we almost held hands to say, hey, you know what? Whatever will be, will be.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect! Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Most golfers practice their swing, but ignore the body swing in the club. We help golfers move better, get stronger, reduce pain, build power, and play longer. Join us for a free trial week and see how golf-specific training can help you support your body and your game. Try a class, meet the team, and find a right program for your goals. Call 916-802-5175 or visit golffitnesssolutions.com. Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
This Green and Gold Injury Report update is brought to you by the law firm of Injury, Hammer, and Associates. If you've got an injury, just call Gingery. Nick Kurtz was placed on the 10-day injured list with a right thumb capsule sprain. Zach Geloff went to the 10-day injured list as well after exiting last Thursday's game in Detroit with a right knee injury. Brett Rooker is set to have his left knee surgery to repair torn cartilage this week. Rooker will be sidelined for the remainder of the 2026 season.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
One of our listeners from the 916 on the text line is telling me I did the right thing not lying about my kid's age. But also, I'll be honest with you, another reason why I didn't do it, if you're just tuning in like, what the hell, why are you lying about your kid's age? I tried to take my kid on the golf course yesterday because it was wide open and they have to be 6 or older. My son's 4. He's almost 5, but he's a tall kid. So he probably could have gotten away with it. But my son also was standing right next to me. And if I said, yeah, he's 6, my son would have gone, no, I'm not, I'm 4.
He would have.
He would have outed me. So
he definitely would have.
I was also afraid of my kid selling me out. And he 100% would do it. Because my son is very much in a pushing boundaries stage right now.
Yeah,
like, I know more than you, Dad, type thing. So
wait,
like,
you wouldn't tell him?
Wouldn't
like, hey, buddy, we're just going to say that we're 6 right now, okay?
Oh, he would. But Dad, that's lying.
Dad,
no.
It would go against all the morals.
Yeah.
I was.
But no, I'm not, Dad.
With my family, I was 6 until I was like 9.
Really? They're like, you're 6.
Hey, Christopher, just remember you're 6,
Yeah.
okay? Okay.
So the opposite happened to my wife's family because up until 4, I think it's 4, you're free to go to Disneyland. But my wife was pretty tall for a 4-year-old or almost 4-year-old. So her parents, guessing this, brought her birth certificate with her to Disneyland when they went, and they so the Disney employees were like, she is not 4 years old. And like, here's her birth certificate. So,
but you have to be a height sometimes too with those rides.
Well, for rides, yeah. So that's what we do at home. We have a wall right by my son's room that we measure. Don't shake your head at me, Christopher Laud.
He has one of them.
We measure his heights, and marked on the wall is the different height ranges for different rides for Disney. He's almost at the cusp of Indiana Jones and Incredicoaster. What are you laughing at?
Chris, he already booked his Disney trip.
Yeah, 2nd year in a row.
Already.
Yeah, it's already done.
Dude, go to Europe.
I would love to.
They have the Disney in Europe, right?
Yeah, but it's cheaper.
It is.
Oh,
Disneyland
sure.
Paris is cheaper probably than it's cheaper to fly.
No. Don't take me saying go to Europe to go to Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
Go
that's
to
what
Europe
I
to
thought.
explore a different country.
Right. That. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mickey,
Oh, jeez.
my son likes it. Leave me alone. He's like our excuse now. Now we're not Disney.
Yeah,
Though, but he's going to get to an age where he's going to get rebellious and he's going to say, I hate Disney.
Yeah.
Disney's dumb.
Why did you make me do this all the time?
Ground his ass. Get in your room.
This is goofy.
Fine, you could. What annoys me the most is how proud you are of that, and it wasn't very.
Chris, I'll take what I can get. All right.
All right.
Take what I can get.
Disney's great. You guys are dumb. Oh, don't worry. I'm going the exact same time. I'm going in November, and the Kings will win like 4 games while I'm gone, and it'll be great.
I got to ask you in November when you're going.
It's right before. Most of the time, I think we're going to be off because it's Thanksgiving week.
Oh, it is. Okay, I'm going the week before to watch basketball in Palm Springs. Washington State's playing Duke.
Oh, ooh. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a fun.
The classic ACC matchup.
It's going to be a fun battle.
Well, Washington State's, I guess, Pac-12, the new Pac-12.
Yeah, that's still going to be a fun game, though.
Yeah,
where
I'm
do they
excited.
play in Palm Springs?
They have a great arena where their AHL team plays. It's the Kraken's AAA team for hockey. It's a beautiful little arena.
Right next to one of their mega churches.
Where?
Driving through, I don't know. I just drove through Palm Springs. Yeah,
No,
there's a church. There's like a famous pastor that his church is based in Palm Springs. And I remember when we drove to Arizona for spring training one year, my wife and I, we drove through Palm Springs. And first off, golf courses there are gorgeous. Second off, we drove past that church, and it's like,
I don't know what church that is.
Monstrous. It looks like an arena.
Interesting.
I don't know enough details about it.
I mean, in Utah, you see a lot of that.
Yep.
They're called temples.
Yes. When ABC 10 sent me to to Utah, the Beam Team 2 year, because they opened up in Utah, they opened up the season in Utah. So I went and they sent me solo to cover the Kings opening night, and they book our travel and everything for us. So they book our hotel. And they booked me a hotel. I'm not even kidding you.
Geez.
Smack dab in the middle of the Temple District.
That's funny.
I walk outside my hotel, turn left, the temple is there. And the story I always tell is, so I went out for a walk. The game was that night at like 7. So I went out for a walk to lunch, and I'm wearing all my Kings gear and stuff. And lots of people are walking around, as you can imagine. And I'm just walking through, and no one's paying me any mind. No, like whatever. I'm just wearing like some Kings shirt or whatever. And just no one's paying mind. So then I go get ready, get in my suit and stuff for TV to go to the game. And I start walking out. Now I'm walking around in a suit and tie. Everybody's saying hello to me.
That is so weird.
Everybody. If you're catching my drift, everybody is like, hello. I was like, all right, well, welcome. Chris, have you ever heard of my... I think I've told this story on the show. You've heard my Salt Lake City airport story when I went with Kevin John, didn't you? Well, no. Okay, so I'm flying out of Sacramento to go. This is when All-Star Weekend was in
Yes, I
Salt
do know
Lake City.
this.
Yeah, I'm flying out of Sacramento, and when you go to the TSA agent, you have to hand them like your boarding pass and stuff. Well, at least you did at the time. So TSA agent gets my ID and looks at my boarding pass and sees Salt Lake City and takes one look at me and goes, "Oh, you going home?" No, sir. I'm from...
No, bro, I'm not from Utah.
From Sacramento, but guess I fit the bill. Whoops.
We both do.
Hey, Jonathan Mobo.
What's up, Mobo?
Jonathan Mobo has been so much fun during this summer league. He captured all of our attention during the California Classic. Who's this dude that's flying around, blocking shots left and right and just jumping out the gym? Jonathan Mobo was signed right before the California Classic to one of the Kings' 3 two-way spots. Now, from what I understand, and I haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise, 2 of the two-way spots are for sure locked up. It's Jonathan Mobo and it's Flagler.
Yeah.
I think it's Adam Flagler. The third one, Isaiah Stevens was a two-way player last year, but I don't believe it's confirmed that he's the two-way guy this year. So it's like that third one, Stevens might be competing for it. I know Markel Sutton has been really impressive. So people give it to Markel Sutton. Also, I believe, unless I've just counted wrong, the Sacramento Kings have 1 open roster spot on their main roster.
That's what I remember.
I know you just gave Jonathan Mobo a two-way contract, but why? If you have this roster spot, which we talked about, maybe they could use it to bring in Russ. Maybe they could use it to bring up in a backup point guard, and they want to keep that flexibility, and I get that. And they don't have to do this necessarily right now. But I am really not opposed at all to Jonathan Mobo getting that final roster spot. Just convert him now to a full contract so he can be there and be available. That doesn't mean he's going to play every day, but he's available for Doug Christie. And then have Markel Sutton get the two-way spot and have Isaiah Stevens get the two-way spot.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have some longer plan in terms of what they're going to do, I'm sure that's probably top of the list, adding some size there. But again, I don't know what they're planning to do for sure at that backup point guard position. It seems that Nick Clifford and Malik Monk will be guys that they'll turn to.
Emmanuel Sharp got a little point guard opportunity,
he did.
too.
I think they're testing some stuff.
Yeah.
So
just to see, and I don't even think they're talking about it as a backup point guard. They're just talking about it as like a secondary ball handler. When Acuff's out the game, who's handling the ball?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're
and
probably
to me,
looking
it
at.
should be. It's Malik Monk. It's easy. I think the easy answer is Malik Monk while he's still on the team. We'll take the break. When we come back, last night's home run derby was actually a lot of fun, and the ending was very exciting. The Philly crowd really added a fun dynamic to the home run derby as well. We'll tell you the cool story of Jordan Walker and how he won the derby, beating the hometown hero, next on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Wow, what is all this? These screens, the food.
All for the game, bro.
Let us pitch in.
No need. I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet with T-Mobile. I've got it all covered.
Goal! Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. Compared to regular rates after third line free on Experience Beyond plan with internet bundle discount via monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Credit stop if you cancel or change plans.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built America's financial foundation on sound money, later embodied by the gold standard. But we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have seen inflation erode the dollar's value. What's the foundation of your savings? Is it gold or something that can be devalued? Hi, it's Dr. Ron Paul, and I encourage you to speak with my friends at Birch Gold Group about diversifying an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Learn more by requesting a free info kit on gold IRAs. Just text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Let Birch Gold help you build your foundation with gold. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Text SECURE to 989898.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 17,000 total net savings after $41.62 dealer discount and $11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait,
what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
I don't know what it is about the home run derby and all-star games and stuff like that. It's just not for me. Like, I just don't get excited about it. I try to get invested in it, and it's just not my cup of tea, I guess, in terms of a sporting event. But I did pay attention. I did tune in last night to the home run derby in Philadelphia because I wanted to more see the new format, or it's not even new, just going back to the traditional kind of 15 swings format. And I was very entertained, actually, by the home run derby, how everything went, how it ended. And before we actually talk about the event itself, I will say, shout out to that Philadelphia crowd, because while some people could perceive what they were doing as disrespectful, which was booing everybody that wasn't either Bryce Harper or Kyle Schwarber, the two hometown heroes, I thought they added a fun dynamic that became kind of part of the show and gave a level of like hero versus villain and crowd favorite versus Jordan Walker, who ultimately won it, and his story is really cool. We'll get into all that, but I really like normally Philly crowds, I'm just kind of like, all right, it's just Philly being Philly. But I thought it added a kind of interesting and fun dynamic to the home run derby last night.
Yeah, this is the time and place that if you're going to, show out as a city, like that is what they're known for, is giving their own home teams crap and gripe throughout seasons. We saw it this year, I think, during the Flyers season where they showed the Eagles in the crowd, Eagles players in the crowd, and they were booing the Eagles players. So Philly, I think at times it's annoying Don't get me wrong. And I've been to Philly. I've been to that ballpark. Great ballpark, by the way, Citizens Park there.
Yeah.
But this was the time and place for it. And especially, it's like people know that's going to be the case. It's a pretty much Philly-friendly crowd. And it made it so much fun in the end, too, when it was between Schwarber and
Jordan Walker.
And then Walker literally wins it and gets booed by all these fans. And then he was asked about it after. And it's kind of like a Medal of Honor, I would say.
Absolutely. What was fun about Walker winning it is the way he won it. Like, actually, the winning home run that he hit, there were some cheers because the way he did it was actually he walked off the home run derby. It was pretty sweet. So, first off, Jordan Walker winning the home run derby, in addition to being crowned home run king and getting the trophy, he wins $1 million.
Yep.
His entire salary for this season is $799,000.
Yep.
Which we'll happily all take, don't get me wrong. But, like...
For a baseball player, though?
Right. And Jordan Walker's his story is pretty interesting, right? Like, he was a kind of phenom coming into the league, had a really good rookie season, has struggled since and been battling to try and get back with that. And to beat out Kyle Schwarber, who's just a monster, right? Schwarber just hits bomb after bomb after bomb. He hit 11 homers in the final round. And so Walker is there. And first off, his parents were in the crowd too. And you could tell his parents were having...
That was cool. His whole family.
Yeah, they were having fun with the booing, but also obviously cheering very loudly. I just love the dynamic of parents being in the crowd and how opposing fans typically will invite the parents in. Like, I love those videos of dad sees his kid hit his first home run, and opposing teams' fans are usually high-fiving the parents because, like, what a cool moment. We can all recognize the cool moments there, but for his family to be in attendance. So you get 15 swings, and he's down to 2 swings left with 7 home runs. He hits another home run. Well, that counts as a swing. So now he's down to his final swing. He has 8 home runs. He needs to hit 3 to catch Schwarber, 4 to win it. And when you're on your last swing, you keep going until one's not a bomb. And so essentially, with 2 swings left, Jordan Walker hit 5 straight homers to walk it off and to beat Kyle Schwarber. And again, he's hitting everyone. It's boo, boo, boo. Anytime he hits a non-home run, like it's cheers and the crowd's happy. And so he hits another one, it's quiet. Hits another one, it's quiet. Hits another one, it's quiet. Hits the winner. And the crowd's like, all right, this is kind of cool. Like, he beat Schwarber, but the way he did it, he clutched up.
It's a really cool moment. Now, we'll get in pick aside one thing I didn't like about the home run derby. We'll get to that in pick aside. But I want to speak on the positives. The home run derby, I think, is still one of the best things in All-Star weekends out of any sport. And I've been to a home run derby when the Reds had their home run derby, and their player, Todd Frazier, won it all.
That's pretty cool.
And I can't tell you how amazing it was when he won that in his home stadium, and just like how electric it was, and just the energy you felt. And I think even in this situation, Schwarber didn't win it in his home, stadium, but you still kind of had the energy because it was such a cool story.
It was Jordan Walker became the villain.
Exactly. Which is almost kind of what they like to represent themselves as anyway.
And the crowd was, and funny because probably most of the country was rooting for Jordan Walker, but it was just Philly, like, he's our villain tonight.
He's our villain, yeah.
But that's what, anytime you add like the hero-villain dynamic into anything, it adds a level of intrigue, it adds a level of interest. And I agree with you. I think the 2 best things in any All-Star weekend, All-Star format period are the home run derby and the 3-point contest.
Yeah.
I think those are the best. In terms of like the best All-Star game, I don't know if I don't have too strong of opinions. I do like...
Hockey's been better with their format.
Well, I like, because hockey's done like the tournament, the international tournament, which was really, really good.
That's been fun.
I'm not, and Chris is going to roll his eyes at this. I've never really sat down to fully buy into like the MLS All-Star game, but I do like that MLS All-Stars typically take on a big international club in a friendly match, but that adds something different. That adds something new. Like I like that. And I know the NBA All-Star game was way better this year because of guys like Wemby giving a damn.
And he got mad when he didn't win.
Right. So that helps, but I agree with you. The 3-point contest and home run derby are, in my opinion, the 2 best things with All-Star weekend because they're truly like high-level, high-skill competition. To see how Jordan Walker's swinging the bat. Of course, he's got the backwards cap like Griffey.
My guy I'm representing.
You're wearing Griffey today on your shirt. But how effortlessly he would swing, and that ball's going 450 feet. I think the longest home run was by Junior Caminero. I think hit like 490 something. Like these guys are just hitting moonshots.
And it's what I love about it too is they should do like a behind the scenes one time at how they pick their guys who obviously.
I'm glad you brought that up.
It's a big thing.
I'd be stressed out of my mind being the pitcher.
But this is like what a lot of these guys grow up with, guys that can just like give them a toss and,
a lot of people pick their dads.
A lot of,
that's really cool.
Because it's guys that have been with those people for a long time throwing BP. So it's like they have to trust them. The timing's got to be right. So it's usually people like a brother.
Yeah.
I know Todd Frazier's brother did it when I was covering that home run derby. So,
and that's the thing I think I like the most about this new format is you really can wait for your pitch because there is no clock.
Yeah.
So it's not about how many you can get out in quick
which wasn't a problem. Because we thought maybe like it would have been a problem that it would have been too long, but it ended up not being the case.
I thought it was great. I thought the home run derby was a major success, and the story of Jordan Walker and then versus the Philly crowd element, I thought last night was a, pun intended, I guess, home run for Major League Baseball. It was a lot of fun. I'm still not, I wouldn't call the home run derby appointment viewing necessarily. And I'll be honest with you, like All-Star game is when? Tonight? Tomorrow? I don't even know.
It's tonight on ESPN, but
I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care about the
A lot of
All-Star
guys
game.
are not playing.
Yeah.
I don't think Shohei's playing, so.
Yeah. Nick Kurtz, I don't think is playing.
Yeah.
He got hurt. Yeah, I don't care. I do not care about All-Star Weekend at all, other than like the home run derby
and they used to have the winner, NL, AL, be the one that would get the home field advantage in the World Series. They don't do that anymore either. So
really quick before we go to break, the MLB draft just wrapped up, and we have some numbers from the MLB draft. The top conference, college conference with players drafted by a massive margin.
I already know.
The SEC. 104
Dominates.
players were drafted out of the SEC.
Yeah.
Next closest was the ACC with 68, Big 12 with 56, Big 10 with 46, Big West 23, and then CUSA 22. Big year for four-year college players. 474 players that were four-year college players were selected. Only 127 out of high school and 12 players out of junior college. The number one school, can you guess the number one school in terms of who got drafted?
LSU's always up there.
LSU is on the list with 8.
Let's go with is Texas on there?
Texas A&M is, not
Okay.
Texas. UCLA 10.
Oh, that's right. They had a huge year.
Arkansas 12.
Yeah, Arkansas is a great program.
And then number 1 was the Georgia Bulldogs.
Which
13.
that's a little. I'll tell you one thing. Their program has improved in baseball in the last few years. They were never, ever one of the best in terms of the SEC. That was always Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas.
The lowest position in terms of players drafted was second base, 11.
Ooh.
Only 11 second basemen, 14 first basemen, 23 third basemen, 70 shortstops, 99 outfielders, 78 lefties, 276 righties, 43 catchers.
How many pitchers?
So 276 right-handed pitchers.
Oh, okay.
And 70
Sorry. I thought you
left-handed
meant,
pitchers.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, lefties,
gotcha.
righties, and pitchers. Yeah. Because they separate them. So not a lot of
Interesting.
southpaws. A lot of righties. So there you go.
Second baseman in need.
I know. If you can play second base, well, especially if you can play second base and you can hit like Ketel Marte, you're going to have a lot of opportunity in baseball, it seems like. Or if you're just a shortstop and you're really good at what you do. We'll take the break. When we come back, I have numbers that'll hopefully make you feel better about how Darius Acuff Jr. has been playing this summer, both the California Classic and Summer League. I'll share those for you when we return. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, $1 million hole-in-one, a skins game, a celebrity draft party, and a concert featuring the Cripple Creek Band. The Gold Rush Classic raises money for Make-A-Wish, Jordan's Guardian Angels, First Tee of Sacramento, Rancho Murrieta Youth Sports, and other worthwhile children's charities. The Gold Rush Classic takes place August 6th and 7th in Rancho Murrieta. Come join the fun, raise money for charity, and play golf with a celebrity like Barnes, Fernandez, Jackson, Lloyd, Merriweather, Ostertag, Polanese, Sharp, Schumann, or our own Greg Vaughn. Golf and concert sponsorship are still available at goldrushclassic.org. That's goldrushclassic.org. The Plan Solutions team sponsors the Gold Rush Classic. Plan Solutions, partnering for a strong financial future.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the sizzling summer sales event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 225 new and certified pre-owned Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida. KHDK HD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Kings fans, I hope that this segment will make you feel a little bit better about how your rookie, 7th overall pick, Darius Acuff Jr., has been playing so far in Summer League. Now, to combine the 2 games that he played in the California Classic with the 2 Summer League games that he's playing, Kayla, Darius Acuff Jr. is averaging 19.5 points. His shooting percentages are not good. 31% from the field, 25% from three-point range, 70% from the free throw line. He's averaging 2.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 3.5 turnovers a game.
Which is also high for his liking.
Right. Well, because he didn't turn the ball over at that rate at all at Arkansas. Those numbers are, understandably concerning to Kings fans that were hoping to see the savior of the Kings organization in Darius Acuff Jr. You and I talked yesterday about how hard it is to find freaking Summer League numbers. It's just difficult to find.
It is so hard.
But shout out to Basketball Reference, and there's one other site that I use, and I can't remember what it was. Sorry.
To compile them all?
To compile just Summer League numbers, to just see what it could tell us, if anything, about Darius Acuff Jr. You have not seen these numbers, Kayla. Nope. I'm wondering if you're going to have the same reaction that I did when I started seeing these, finding these, because I just started laughing because it just provided some context that I think hopefully takes a little bit of our fear about how Acuff is playing off the table and also takes a little pressure off of Darius Acuff Jr. at the same time. First, let's just talk about Kings performers in Summer League. Just Kings performers. You know, there are only 2 players in Kings Summer League history that have averaged more than 19.5 points per game. So have averaged more, scored more than Darius Acuff Jr.
You said have been who? Or have been how many?
There's only 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
In history. In
That's
the history of the
crazy.
Kings that have averaged more than what Acuff is
In Summer League?
In Summer League. Keegan Murray is number 1.
Jeez. And his was?
23 points. And he shot 50% from the field, 40% from three-point range, 80% from the three-point line. And Kevin Martin.
Yeah.
Kevin Martin scored or averaged 20.9 points per game, 43% shooting from the field, 39% from 3, 79% from the foul line. Okay. Both of those numbers are better. All those shooting percentages are better than Darius Acuff Jr. Does that mean he's going to be worse than those 2 players? No, I'm just giving you context for numbers. Here are players in Sacramento's history that are close to Acuff's scoring average, like slightly below. Mm-hmm. Josh Akognon. You know who that is? I don't either. I genuinely don't remember. I have no idea. He averaged 19.3 points in Summer League, shooting 53% from the field, 38% from three-point line, 91% from the foul line. Tyreek Evans averaged 19.2 points. Yep. He shot 28% for three-point range, but three-point shooting was never Tyreek's game. Jimmer Fredette averaged 18 points per game, shot 21% from three-point range, and that's Jimmer's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Jason Thompson and Justin Jackson both averaged 17.6 points per game. Spencer Hawes and Kyle Guy both averaged 16.8 points per game. The point of me putting all this in there is to illustrate, hey, some of these guys had really good summer leagues by their standards, and what they were as NBA players did not reflect the summer league numbers that they put up. Right? This is again, just getting context out there. DeMarcus Cousins, many consider to be one of the greatest Sacramento Kings of all time. DeMarcus Cousins in Summer League averaged only 14.5 points and shot 33% from the field.
Yeah.
And he was a damn good player. Now, the Kings struggled to win with him, of course, but he was an incredible player, multi-time All-Star. De'Aaron Fox averaged 11.8 points per game.
I saw those numbers.
Shot 44% from the field, 12% from three-point range in NBA Summer League.
Oof, that's bad.
Nick Stauskas shot 47% from three-point range in 7 Summer League games. Oh, wow, what an amazing shooter. Surely he's going to have a great career.
Wild.
Yeah, we know how Nick Stauskas went. Davion Mitchell shot 47% from three-point range in 5 Summer League games. Shout out Davion Mitchell. He's never been that good of a three-point shooter in the NBA Summer League. The whole point of this is to illustrate numbers that the Kings specifically have had in Summer League that don't really reflect who they were as NBA players. Finally, DeMarcus Cousins, Kevin Martin, Tyreek Evans, and Ben McLemore all averaged more turnovers than Darius Acuff
that's
did.
an interesting stat.
So there's just some Kings numbers for you.
Okay, let me respond to that really quick. And that is interesting, by the way, that only 2 players have averaged more than, what was it?
Only 2 players, Kings players in Summer League history, have averaged more than 19.5 points per game, which is what Acuff is averaging this summer.
I know you're going to bring up bigger players, bigger names from other teams, but I will say, like right now, there's so much going on with, like, what do we need to do differently? What players do we need to put out there with Acuff? Like Max being new to playing with Acuff this last game. It's so like evolving. Like there's so much going on right now. I think it's interesting with the point guard, specifically that position. I think it's hard for people to look around right now, what people are doing or looking around and comparing him to other point guards in this draft and saying, well, there are guys that are Braden Burries. Who's his teammate at Arkansas again? I'm spacing on his name.
Oh gosh.
My goodness, I'm like blanking on it. I'll figure it out.
Second round pick.
Yeah, and he's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Oh God.
As are a lot of
one
these
of Alan
guys.
Styles' favorites.
I know.
What is his name?
I'm surprised. Oh, here we go. Malik Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah,
yes,
Malik Thomas.
Sorry, not a second round guy.
he's having a really good tournament as well. So they're looking around the league at some of these other guys because I think at that 7th pick, people expected him to be up there in numbers. And just right now, I don't know if we can say what the Kings are doing. We can't compare that to other teams and how they're utilizing their players.
Yeah. And none of these numbers, by the way, excuse the fact that Darius Acuff Jr. offensively, and that's what he's most known for, is shooting and scoring, has been so inefficient. Like, none of these numbers excuse that. It just, the point of this is to illustrate that just because you're struggling in Summer League does not mean you have to be pushing the panic button on who Darius Acuff Jr. can be and will be as the hopefully future star of the Sacramento Kings. All right, here you go. Victor Wembanyama, Cade Cunningham, DeAndre Ayton, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, Greg Oden. Those are all number 1 overall picks that averaged fewer points per game than Darius Acuff Jr. in Summer League right now.
Well, some of those are not good.
Sure.
Because some went on to not have good careers.
Some busts for sure.
But some of those I'm like, whoa.
Well, Greg Oden got hurt a lot. DeAndre Ayton hasn't lived up to that. But Wemby
and Cade,
Cat,
Blake
Cade
Griffin, especially.
Derrick Rose, MVP.
Derrick Rose, yeah.
Again, this is not to say, is your straw man argument, Matt, that Acuff's averaging 19.5 points per game? The fact that Acuff's averaging more points per game than these guys means he's having a better Summer League or is going to be a better player than these guys? No. The point is, none of these guys average that many points. Derrick Rose averaged less than 10 points a game in Summer League. It didn't matter. Or it doesn't mean as much as you might think that Acuff's numbers mean. Grayson Allen is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. He shot 8% from 3 in Summer League. 8% on 4 attempts a game. Matt, was that just 1 or 2 games? No, 6 Summer League games. He shot terribly during Summer League. He got paid in Phoenix because of his three-point shooting. He's one of the better three-point shooters in the league. Now, these are the numbers that floor me. 6.8 points per game on 22% shooting from the field, 30% from three-point range, and 72% from the foul line. Averaged 4 assists and 3 turnovers. Way less scoring than Acuff, but those numbers, the assist-to-turnover ratio and the shooting percentage numbers, are very, very similar to Darius Acuff Jr.'s. You know which player that belonged to? Jalen Brunson.
I was going to say, was it Brunson? Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, the guy who just won NBA Finals MVP, was terrible in Summer League. It's funny that it's Jalen. He was the first one that I found, and I was like, of course, because of the comparisons between Jalen and Acuff.
But some people are going to say, well, okay, Matt, he was a second-round pick, though.
Sure.
Like, the expectations for him were not to go put up these numbers in Summer League.
But expectations don't mean anything in Summer League.
What does mean stuff, and what, like, Brunson has developed as a player.
Right.
And I think what people forget is just because Darius Acuff was, one of the highly regarded point guards in this draft, he's 19. He has a ton of room to develop.
Right.
And we can't overlook that. And we can't think that he's just a finished product right now, because he's not.
I'm really glad you brought up expectation, because yes, there's more pressure on Acuff, especially in this class, than there is on a Jalen Brunson when he's a second-round pick coming into the league. But again, expectation doesn't mean anything beyond like our level of impatience and our level of hope. I don't think anybody's saying that Darius Acuff Jr. is struggling in Summer League right now under the weight of expectations. No, he's just not playing well, and he's figuring out the game now at the next level.
He doesn't look 100% comfortable, I'll tell you that much.
Because he's figuring it out.
Yeah.
He's just made a massive leap. And even Summer League is a leap from your time in college. And you're playing with players that you've never played with before and had all of a week to get to know them, essentially. And he's going to take another massive leap when he gets to training camp, and another massive leap when the regular season actually starts. Like, this is what they go through. How about this? 7.4 points, 26% shooting from the field, 22% from three-point range, 76% from the foul line. That's Jeremy Grant in Summer League. Now, Jeremy Grant, we all hope that Darius Acuff Jr. is going to be a better player than Jeremy Grant. I'm just using this as an example. Here's another one, a little more recent. Now, I do want to add the context. This player only played one Summer League game and then got shut down. But in their one Summer League game, 15 points, 28% from the field, 16% from three-point range, 4 assists, 2 turnovers. That was VJ Edgecombe last year.
Huh. They shut him down after one?
I guess so.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize either.
Huh.
But it's just one Summer League game, and he struggled, and they shut him down, and then he was one of the best rookies.
He was really good last year.
14 points, 29% shooting from the field, 24% from three-point range, 92% from the foul line in Summer League. That was All-Star Lauri Markkanen. Took a little while, turned into a phenomenal player, had his best seasons in Utah. He's still in Utah, right? All-Star there. 2 more. 7 points, 29% shooting from the field, 25% from three-point range, 2 assists, 1.6 turnovers a game.
How many games?
I don't know how many games. I didn't write down how many games, but it was a decent amount.
Yeah.
Those are the Summer League averages of Austin Reeves. Again, a guy that didn't have a lot of expectation on his shoulders in Summer League because he was a two-way contract guy, right? But look at the contract he just got with the LA Lakers. He's now number 2 to Luka Doncic in LA. They said, bye, Bron. We're going with Austin Reeves. That should tell you something. Yeah. But again, Summer League averages. This is the last one that I found, and it made me laugh. 17 points per game, so 2.5 points per game less than Darius Acuff Jr. is averaging. 32% from the field, 34% from three-point range, averaged 4.2 assists and 3.6 turnovers a game. Those stats belong to the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry, in Summer League. Should tell you everything you need to know. Steph Curry shot 34% from three-point range. Steph Curry turned the ball over damn near 4 times a game in Summer League, and he's one of the GOATs. Not saying Acuff is Steph Curry, not saying Acuff is any of Jalen Brunson or Austin Reeves. But it's a clear illustration that you don't have to put up star numbers in Summer League to say you're going to have a star career, and vice versa. If you struggle in Summer League, it does not mean that you're going to not live up to the expectations on you as the 7th overall pick. By the way, Steph Curry was the 7th overall pick.
I think a lot of fans are smart. There's a lot of smart basketball fans here in this city, a lot, because that's pretty much what you guys grew up with a professional team. So I think, like, even if you are biased against the whole fact that they drafted Acuff because maybe you wanted your guy or you just didn't like Acuff, I think a lot of fans here, when it comes down to it, they might not say it, but if you're a smart basketball fan, I think you know deep down, like, everybody goes at their own pace, and everybody learns in a different way as a rookie. And I think that's important to just remind yourself of, like, it is really easy right now to look around Summer League and be like, so-and-so's balling out. So-and-so's balling out. Wish we had him. Wish we traded down to get him.
Sure.
I mean, I could make a rap out about it. But I think when it all comes down to it, everybody and every player goes at a different pace. And there's no way you can just look at the small sample size right now with Darius Acuff. And by the way, I hope he plays tonight, and I hope he has a way better game. But I think it's hard to just say from the small sample size, like, oh, this guy is in trouble, or oh, we're in trouble, or oh, we blew it. That is, we are going way too early on those coming to conclusions.
Would we all have preferred that Acuff have the performances that, like, Caleb Wilson is having right now, or Darren Peterson?
Well, sure, it's fun.
Absolutely.
We want to keep the momentum going.
Because we'd be doing backflips, right?
Yeah.
We were doing backflips last year when the Kings made it to the Summer League Championship, and Isaac Jones was leading the way, and Max looked good, and Neek looked good. And we're talking about late first and second round picks, but we were doing backflips because they were kind of the stories. Neek Clifford was like on the Summer League team last year.
I remember when I was down there for my nephew's tournament, people were talking about Neek Clifford down there.
Neek looked incredible in Summer League. He looked great.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to undermine him in any way.
No.
But it's like, Of course, we as a fan base would much prefer that our player was the story of Summer League and everybody was talking about our player. But some guys need to face adversity in order to learn, in order to grow, and need to figure out, hey, this does not work. What worked for me in college does not work. A good example of this. It happened in the middle of last season. Doug Christie talked a lot about how when Max first started getting playing time and was having success, teams didn't have any film on him. Teams didn't know. By the end of the season, teams knew, okay, he likes to catch it here and go up here. He's waiting for that drop-off pass. So they started trying to take it away. Yeah. This is why we see a lot of players who have good rookie seasons struggle their second year, because teams now have a full year of context and they can game plan for it. And now you have to adapt. Mm-hmm. It's on a much smaller, shorter scale. That's what Darius Acuff Jr. is going through, just like all these rookies are going to be going through it at some point.
I honestly rather have adversity early on and have him have to work through this stuff, or have him have to, I'm sure he's not on probably these social media platforms looking at all the negative reviews. I don't see him as being a guy like that, but he's his own worst critic.
Yes.
I mean, he really is. He's his toughest. I truly believe he is his hardest critic.
Yes.
Himself.
Yes.
And so there's nobody who's going to be tougher than him. Mm-hmm. And so I think this is the time, though, that you want to be shaking all that out. As difficult it is for the fans to understand that, as a player, I'd way rather be dealing with all of this now than down the line.
Well, and then there's also a maturity that comes with that, too. Like, I know for me, I'm the same way. Like, I'm very hard on myself when I'm not. Especially, I'll use a very small scale, stupid example, but it's how I can relate. When I'm golfing, I'm not a good golfer at all. But when
you won 2 Wednesdays ago.
Yeah, it's because of my handicap. Shout out my handicap. When I'm playing bad golf, I'll start beating myself up, and then you end up just kind of sulking, or at least I just end up kind of sulking, and it makes me play worse, and also makes me not fun to be around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to even, it would be very irresponsible of me to say on these airwaves that Darius Acuff Jr. was struggling and then he got too hard on himself and he was sulking a little bit, which is why he played the way that he did versus Washington. I have no idea. So again, it's irresponsible for me to suggest that is what happened. But there is going to be a maturity for Acuff at 19 freaking years old. Think about how you were at 19.
You don't want to know.
Oh, well, I do. You have stories. But there's going to be a maturity that comes with, hey, man, the stuff that was working in AAU when I was cooking everybody left and right, and the stuff that was working in college is not working here because I've got grown men that are pushing me around a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I respect the hell out of the fact that Acuff is hard on himself and is the first to point out when he has bad games and when he makes mistakes. But there's a very fine line between acknowledging you're not doing the right thing or you're not playing well and building on it and using it as fuel, as motivation, and like sulking in it. And I hope that we see the latter, or the former, not the latter, the sulking part.
He's got good people around him. I think these coaches, they're still learning about who Acuff is and how to manage him, and the teammates around him, the same thing. But I don't see Acuff as a person who's not going to take advice or to go ask for advice.
Right.
Like, that is one thing. I think the reason why we've seen him continue to grow throughout his career is he's open for criticism. Mm-hmm. But I think, can he be a little too hard on himself in moments? Yeah, sure. I truly believe he can. But that is part of the maturity process, and that is part of being a young man in this league. He'll mature. But we can't, I think it's hard to compare him to other players right now.
Sure.
Everybody is on their own timetable, man.
Sure.
Everybody is.
And everybody has their own level of expectations, what they're asked to work on, what they're asked to do. Darius Acuff Jr. is already being asked to do a lot, and I'm not using that as an excuse. It's just a reality. He's being asked to do a lot, and he better get used to it, pal, because you're going to be asked to do a lot with the main roster.
And I think he knows that.
So get used to it.
Yeah.
And find a way to make it work. Mm-hmm. Or don't, and your career won't go the way that you're hoping it will. But I believe he'll work it out. Let's go to the phone lines, 916-339-1140 if you want to weigh in. Mike, welcome into the show. What up, Mike? Happy Tuesday.
Hey, happy Tuesday to you. So we put all this pressure, right, for him to be like the face of the franchise of the future. But, I mean, there's a very good chance that he could be like the number 2 piece in this thing when we get through next year or the year after. Like,
sure,
the new lottery odds, our bets are going to keep us from being, I think, bottom three. I just think that's the way it's going to be, and I think that's good with the new odds. So in this 3 to 9, like, fall, like, that's where you're going to be. You got over a 25% chance of being a top 3 pick. So there's a very good chance that we get the number 1 or the number 2 or number 3. And now we're like, oh, hey, this might be the new guy at the face of the franchise. And now we also have Acuff that we're, like, developing, and he's going to be a great, great, great second option. So right now it's like, oh, my gosh, all this pressure on him. But that might, I mean, ideally, that's not even the case. Ideally, he's like the, 1B player for us if you really think, like, long term. So, we just got to kind of, like, let the kid develop and just realize that he doesn't have to be the franchise savior. Like, we're going to have more shots at that as well.
Mike, great call.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling in.
That's a good way to think about it, because we even we never closed off our conversation about Acuff, like what he will be. Like, we have left that open to always being, he could be the A or the B.
Well, he
could
wants
be the
to be the A.
Sure, but we in the show never said for sure, like, right now we think he's the A.
Okay, yeah.
We've had this discussion before. So bringing that up again, and he might be the A. He very well might be that guy.
I'd argue he's the Kings' best chance of having an A, at least unless, like Mike lays out.
Yeah.
The problem with the new lottery system is that it's a complete crapshoot. Like, the lottery system was already kind of a crapshoot. Now it's a complete crapshoot.
Mm-hmm.
But he's right. If the Kings finish with the 5th worst record, win the lottery.
Yeah.
Now Darius Acuff Jr. is paired with the number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
Okay, now
or number 2.
You've got arguably your A and B combo, and we'll figure out who's A and who's B, or 1A and 1B.
Right.
Right?
There's the great thing the Kings have is they do have some time on their side in terms of this is what Scott told us.
Yeah.
We're not trying to go out there and say we're winning it all this year.
Yeah.
That's going to be a few years down the line. So I don't think, like, Acuff has time to develop. Yeah. I'm not saying he needs to develop at a slow rate. He needs to be a guy who still gets out there and is exciting to watch and is helping in ways to win some games. But he's not going to be a finished product overnight.
I don't think the Sacramento Kings are putting any pressure on Darius Acuff Jr. to be the savior and face of the franchise. I think that pressure and that noise hopefully isn't even getting to him, but it's coming from us. It's coming from fans.
Because, of course.
And I said it during the whole process. Like, I after the season we went through, I would really, 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 really like for the Kings to come out of this draft with their future stars so that we can look back and go, okay, at least it was worth something, what we just went through, right? So, but that's pressure I'm putting out there. That's not necessarily on Acuff that he's receiving. But I will say that Darius Acuff has been very vocal through this pre-draft process of he wants that smoke. He's like, I want to be that dude, and he wants to prove that he's not just the best player on his team, that he's the best player in this draft class. And you want him to be motivated by that. But I acknowledge that he wants this too. So he's going to be held to that standard as well, as long as he holds himself to that standard, which clearly he does. So hopefully those summer league stats from other stars,
they are interesting,
make you feel a little bit better about Darius Acuff Jr. When we come back, 2 very random stories for you before we get to pick a side. Number 1, we have the new youngest face ever on the cover of the NHL 27 video game.
Ooh.
And Kayla, what would you buy with $3.365 million? I'll tell you what someone bought with that exact amount when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Folsom Chevy's making it very easy to get into a new truck. 0% financing for 5 years. No payments for 90 days on all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock sold in July. Get details at folsomchevy.com or swing by the Folsom Auto Mall.
Now through July 26th at Big O Tires, get $200 in savings on 4 select Michelin or BF Goodrich in-stock tires with installation purchase. Disposal fees extra. Savings include $120 instant plus $80 rebate. Not good with other offers. See Big O dealer for pricing.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
There's only one Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. Because this ad is 30 seconds, I can't get into everything I'm FDA approved to do, so I'm just going to play my jingle again. But first, ask your doctor about which FDA approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA approved Ozempic. Now here's that jingle again.
There's only one Ozempic.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's time for your Sactown Soccer Report. Powered by Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District.
This week's key matches include France versus Spain at Dallas Stadium and Argentina versus England in Atlanta.
In soccer, defense wins championships. At home, defense stops mosquitoes. Train standing water. That's your back line. Dress with sleeves and defend with repellent. That's your keeper. Keep your doors and screens tight. That's your shutout. Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District. More tips at fightthebite.net. $10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
I am a huge sports video game fan. Love playing sports video games. I will admit, though, I have not played or purchased like a NHL hockey video game for a very, 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 very long time.
Until this year.
Gonna have to buy me a copy of NHL 27. You know why?
Why is that?
Because the GOAT, Macklin Celebrini, is on the cover. And he's the youngest player ever to don the cover of the NHL 27 video game, 20 years old, and already on the cover of a video
That's
game.
a young. I would think it would have been younger for some reason.
You think so?
Hockey, some of these guys are so young coming out of.
I I think it's interesting that you have Caleb Williams on the NFL cover, and now you have Macklin Celebrini on the NHL cover. I think they announced who the NBA cover athlete was, but I don't know exactly. Let me see. It's definitely not like a rookie. NBA 2K27 cover athlete. Let's just look this up live. It's Wemby.
Oh, duh.
Well, I guess he's young, but not. No, look at this. You've got the young generation of future stars donning the cover of video games now. But shout out Macklin Celebrini, man, the GOAT himself on the NHL video game. Might have to get it.
That's pretty cool. This year. Man, he's talk about just a breath of fresh air for the San Jose Sharks organization. Because it's been a minute since, the Joe Pavelskis and Joe Thorntons and stuff, or Pavelski. Yeah. Have retired, and like that was such a good, like, what would you call it? Generation of hockey and whatever. And that's what when you talked about the Sharks, you brought up those guys all the time.
Yep.
So they went through a few rough years, to say the least. So to have a guy like this who's so young and there's so much hockey in front of him, like it's one thing to be like, oh, this is exciting. He's done some big things for us. Now he's put on the cover and as one of the youngest.
But with the recognition also comes the weight of expectation, right? Because the Sharks last year were that breakout team that they missed the playoffs, unfortunately, just barely. But they were like, wow, this is a really fun team that captured kind of everybody's attention. Now the expectations, especially after having another high lottery pick and the aggression that the Sharks are showing, at least in their front office, like now, okay, you better make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
And it's not just all on Macklin Celebrini, of course, but man, it's how do you build upon the year that you had? You had last year where, in addition to all the great stuff you were doing for the Sharks, you were arguably the best player or one of the best players for Team Canada in the freaking Olympics. Like Macklin, he's a star, but is he a superstar?
The great thing for those kids in that sport, and I say kids because a lot of them are drafted really, really young as teenagers. Like we're talking about with some of these NBA
like
guys.
An MLB draft, yeah.
The expectations in hockey specifically, like they play travel league their whole life. They're, especially those guys that are top picks, that pressure has been on them for years. So I think it's one of those things like they're just kind of like, that's what they expect is the weight of the world on their shoulders type of situation.
And also it's like, the way that I play, I'll naturally progress because I'm just innately God-gifted with my ability, plus I work my ass off. Which
we got to get down for a Sharks game.
We do.
We tried to last year. We have to make sure we get down there.
I agree 100%.
Even if we got to get media credentials.
I don't know. I want to go as a fan because I've heard the fan experience of a hockey game is unlike
when
it.
they lower the shark head.
I've never done it.
I've
never experienced a hockey game ever.
I've had great experiences with fans at a Sharks game and a terrible.
Well, that's the one I'm curious about.
That's interesting.
Is when they were very bad, and I just got free tickets, and so I'm just hanging out there, and everyone around me is just a tech bro. Talking about work and not watching the game.
No, not at a hockey game.
Classic.
Like 7 guys.
Ew.
And it's not even like the same, like they're not all together. They're just like, ugh.
That's annoying. Yeah, I'd be like, hey, can you leave? Thanks.
And he asked if I used Windows. I have MacBook. That's how I imagine
it'd be all like
was
it
more
like coding?
No, it was more of like, oh, did you hear that Stoopley got a 800 million whatever? Oh, I was working with Stoopley 6 months ago, but now I'm with Dorkley and
shout nerd.
God.
Oh man, good.
And they just got evaluated at 1.2 billion. Oh, I should start looking over there.
You should have just started being like.
I was gonna say, did you not say anything?
You should have just been listed players and been like, so who's this guy? Tell me about this guy.
Because I wouldn't know anything about that.
I would have been there for Christopher Law, just turning around and just calling them nerds or something. It would have been so perfect.
Nerds.
Kayla, if I handed you a check right now for $3.365.
I mean, if you handed me a check for $5, we'd be celebrating.
If I have to write a check, have you ever gotten checks in the mail that are like tiny little refunds that are like $2.
I get excited. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I get excited.
For a $2 check?
No, for what I could unfold in some of those.
Oh, it's like,
before you open it.
And then it's a bill. Damn it.
Yeah. Or it's like $2 back.
Yeah. Seriously, if I handed you a check for $3 million, what is the first thing that you would like want to buy? Whether it's for you or for, it's like the classic, like when the professional athlete gets their first check, what's the first thing they do? What would be the first thing that you would do with like $3 million?
I would probably invest a big chunk because I'm not very good at that kind of stuff.
I'm not either.
So I would probably be like, Kayla, if you get this much money, you're gonna figure out an investment plan.
Well, you gotta buy something though. You don't go crazy for all $3 million, but drop it on something. Take $60,000.
I would buy a state-of-the-art. There's this new. I don't know the name of it, but I messaged them on Instagram and said, "Are you coming to Sacramento?" It's this new like state-of-the-art red light therapy bed, and it's also like does everything else with health.
And put it in your apartment.
I would literally put that in my apartment.
It just takes place on the couch.
Yeah, for sure. If I had to take out my Peloton to put that in, that's what I'd do. Okay. I would buy something like high tech in terms of the health benefits.
I feel that. I would definitely buy a new car because you've seen my Honda.
Yeah,
Pilot.
you deserve a new car.
That thing is at 260,000 miles,
Sure.
and but I wouldn't go buying a $3 million car. I'd just get a car.
Just to get a new car.
Right. The reason why I bring up the specific $3.365 million, Kayla, that's how much a Shohei Ohtani rookie card sold for. $3.65 million. According to a Fanatic, this is from The Athletic.
That's crazy.
According to Fanatics Collect, which brokered the deal, the most expensive publicly known Ohtani card sale occurred recently as his 2018 Bowman Chrome Super Factor batting variation one. What does this mean?
Say what?
My brain just broke.
Okay, tech bro.
His 2018, I can't even do
it's
that.
Like
I like Lord of the Rings. 2018 Bowman Chrome Super Fractor batting variation 1/1 rookie card with a Beckett 9.5, which I assume is the rating, gem mint grade, sold for $3.365 million.
That's incredible. I wish I used to collect baseball cards and I'd trade them out on the playground with the boys. And I'm going to tell you, I probably had some good ones in there if I would have kept that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I had a couple binders.
Oh, I'm sure. But so it says Ohtani's 2018 Bowman Chrome rookie cards, they're widely considered his most desirable. And this is like the rarest version, I guess, of it. I don't know what about it's so rare, but it's clearly rare. But if you have even just the base Ohtani rookie cards that aren't graded, those are going for $2,000 a pop right now.
Oof.
Just for a base rookie card.
I need to go get me some tops.
By the way, I went down a rabbit hole the other day. I don't know how I got here on YouTube, but like they're like trading card YouTube is really big right now.
Oh, my brother, he's obsessed with it.
Trading card YouTube and golf YouTube.
I'd walk in, and it's the most boring dude.
Yes, because it's the vendors.
And I'm like, why are you watching this idiot?
It's like,
and then this is a rookie card of the... I'm like, what are you watching? Oh, I'm watching how to do this trade. Like, it's a trading card guy. And I was like, you are wasting your time.
These are hour-long videos.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Hour-long videos. And so, it's like, it's sports. There's also like Pokemon cards, like Magic the Gathering.
They do that too.
Yes. So I'm like, I'm the exact same way. I've never been a trading card person at all.
Not to that level.
But I don't like, even like base, like I had Pokemon cards when I was a kid. Like I just.
You didn't trade baseball cards? I guess that wasn't in your.
I had like a couple that like my uncle gave me.
Oh, okay.
I've never been like a card person. And
yeah.
I'm shout out to people that do, like, it's a really, really cool hobby. It looks like,
and shout out to Emran Pilati, which you can listen to every Saturday right here on Sactown Sports.
Yes, exactly.
I was going to say with that one, if he got a card like that, he would have.
This is content on Saturday. He's talking about this Ohtani card on Saturday because what a massive sale. Like, it's never been my thing. Just like for the longest time, I did not understand shoe collecting. Never understood it. Like, why would you have a bunch of shoes?
But now you do.
Once I got into TV, I became a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe I'm just a
what are you now then that you're in radio?
I just still have a bunch of shoes, but I don't have to buy as many.
You should become a hat head.
A hat head? Well, I'm going to need to, depending upon what happens. But I watched an hour-long video.
I can't with those videos.
That's just a vendor at a card show making trades and deals. And I was locked in. I was like, what am I doing? But it's entertaining.
But some of these dudes are monotone. It's let's get some enthusiasm going here.
True.
I mean, at least put some acting into it.
Acting.
Yeah. I mean, invite me on. I'll liven it up.
Oh, see, now I want to. How would a Kayla Anderson trading card channel go?
It'd be bizarre. But that's
Listen,
what would make
idiot.
it.
Here's an Shohei Ohtani card. It's $2,000. Pay up, nerd. Yeah, that part.
And then I just have ADD, like ADHD throughout the whole thing, and I bounce from one subject to the other.
Just talking about nothing. Here's my ultra red violet, whatever the hell, tanning bed that I have in my living room.
It's not a tanning bed.
I didn't know what it was.
That defeats the purpose. Tanning beds are not good for you.
Yeah, idiot.
God.
Stupid. I don't know what it was.
It's a red light therapy bed.
Yeah, that one. Red light, green
Get it
light.
right.
Sorry.
Get it right.
Apparently, this is the 5th publicly known sale of an Ohtani card that's been over $1 million. How about that?
Must be nice.
How about that? Anyway, if you're into card collecting, let us know. How much money have you spent on a card? 916-339-1140. We'll take the break. When we come back, more topics coming, including we're revisiting the Home Run Derby conversation in Pick a Side. That's
Why
next.
I didn't like it.
Angry Kayla next on Sactown Sports.
The Kings kicked off NBA Summer League with a win, but couldn't keep pace with the Washington Wizards in Game 2 with a doubleheader against the Nets and Celtics on deck. Who will step up to help get things back on track?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg. Says you can treat it at home, you're not sure though, cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so,
But I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
This August, the stars and guitars come out to play. It's the Gold Rush Classic, a celebrity pro-am golf tournament featuring $1 million hole-in-one contest, a skins game, celebrity draft party, and a live concert from the Cripple Creek Band. Tee it up alongside legends like Rick Barry, Jeff Barness, Greg Lloyd, Jesse Orozco, Michael Merriweather, Greg Ostertag, Olden Polanese, and our own Greg Vaughn. But here's what matters most. Every dollar raised goes to Scott Pollard's Pearls of Life, Make-A-Wish, and other children's charities making a real difference. August 6th and 7th in Rancho Murrieta. 2 days. Great golf, great music, one great cause. Golf and concert sponsorships are still available. Visit goldrushclassic.org today. That's goldrushclassic.org. The Gold Rush Classic is proudly sponsored by Tokay Heating, Air, and Plumbing, delivering comfort you can feel and peace of mind you can trust. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
I think our comment section is slightly misunderstanding. I'm not taking a shot at all at card collecting. It's actually, I think it's really cool. And like I said, I watched that video and it got me hooked. Like an hour of just watching deals happen and stuff like that. And I think Alan Stiles said the same thing too. If I got into it, I think I'd be hooked. So, but it's just never been my thing. I've just never been interested in it. But I think it would get me if I started.
It might, but it's still a lot of time and dedication. You got a kiddo, man.
Kayla, I learned that. So Magic the Gathering is like a nerdy fantasy card game. I've never played it or whatever. But apparently...
Is this a Hobbit thing?
No, well, that's the thing. So Magic the Gathering, its own like dragons and it's like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Dungeons
And stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
I've
just never been into it. Never, because I don't do card games like that. Magic the Gathering has a Lord of the Rings like branch.
Oh, God.
I have no money to spend,
Here
but
we
I
go,
would
folks.
do it. All right.
This is all we're going to talk about in
I
the
was going to say, before I go for a tangent and piss Kayla off more, let's talk about what pissed her off about the Home Run Derby. It's time for Pick a Side. We got Christopher Law that's talking in there. So I will deliver the first Pick a Side question for you. No problem. Pick a Side number 1. Cardinals slugger Jordan Walker won the Home Run Derby in Philly over Kyle Schwarber. But many didn't even know it was happening on Netflix. Did baseball do a good enough job marketing it?
No.
Okay, sorry. I didn't do it.
We've talked about baseball has earned themselves some credit. Not Rob Manfred. I'm never going to give that man credit. But they've gained momentum all the way back to the World Baseball Classic. There's really some young, great stars in the game. Obviously, you have the Shohei Ohtani's.
You got there.
You know, it's gathered, I think, things more so in the past, positive reviews. Also, the game has sped up a little bit, even with some of the changes we didn't want to see happen. Now we're like okay with those things. But the one thing they still just can't get right is the marketing of the game. They cannot figure it out for the life of them. And that, my friends, is Rob Manfred when it comes down to it. I'm fine with things that happen to be on Netflix because maybe that's the future of where this is all going. But if it's going to be on Netflix, how are we getting it out there on other platforms to be like, hey, make sure, don't forget on Monday night, tune into the Home Run Derby on Netflix this year.
Yeah.
I just think because we're so used to going to ESPN or to Fox Sports, the basics that you're getting on your basic cable, not everybody does that anymore. So where are we getting this? It needs to be all over our socials.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like a lot of people knew that it was on Netflix or they forgot. And now, like, they see the aftermath, but it was like, oh, would have been nice to see it. So I don't think they did a good enough job.
I agree completely. Quick side note, really quick. The Kings just put out their injury report for today's Summer League game.
Okay.
Jonathan Mobo is the only one listed on it.
Good.
He's out today because of rest.
Well, not good because of that.
No, but I would assume that means everybody else is available
Good.
and everybody else is playing. So, sorry, just a quick side note. I agree with you completely. I genuinely did not see anything that had to do with the home run derby.
No.
And I'm not a massive Netflix watcher. I'm sure my wife probably saw something because she watches Netflix all the time. Netflix is not my go-to streaming service.
I did see it pop up on when I was watching other shows.
Yeah.
Like a week ago.
Yeah.
That it was going to be coming.
I do remember though, Netflix was very clear that opening night of the MLB season, when it was Giants versus Yankees, that was everywhere.
That
so I knew,
was everywhere.
But even the World Baseball Classic, when it was going on, we saw it everywhere.
Sure.
But the build up to the World Baseball Classic, which isn't on Netflix, that was on, what was it, Fox?
That wasn't good.
There wasn't any advertisement of that either.
Mm-hmm.
So and just in general, whether it's our algorithms or whatever, I'm not seeing. I'm with you. I'm not seeing enough about. I haven't seen anything about the All-Star game tonight. I didn't see anything really about the home run derby.
ESPN's plugging the stupid ESPYs more than it is the home run derby, or sorry, the home run or the All-Star game.
Right, but good point, because the ESPYs are tomorrow. But you're baseball has always failed to maximize their star power and push their stars out there, right? Unless it's like a Head and Shoulders commercial for Bryce Harper. You just didn't. Mike Trout got nothing over the years. Aaron Judge, kinda. But they've always done this. They've done a very poor job marketing their stars and marketing their biggest events, and this is just a continued trend of that. So
Manfred's a bum.
Yeah, well, that is 100% true. Pick a side number 2. Chris, you got it?
Former NFL coach Doug Peterson says the Raiders should play Fernando Mendoza day 1. Do you agree?
I have the clip for you right here. If our computer is up, here it is.
It was interesting because in 2016, Sam Bradford was still on our roster in Philadelphia, and we ended up trading him to Minnesota that year. I brought in Chase Daniel, a veteran who I coached in Kansas City when I was the offensive coordinator in Kansas City, to be behind Carson Wentz. And we went into that season, when I say we, myself, Howie Roseman, the offensive staff, Frank Reich was there with me, saying, listen, let's get this guy out there. Again, this is your point. Let's get this guy out there week 1. Let's start having our growing pains week 1. Let's not prolong it into October, November, or later in the season when maybe the season's over. Let's get him out there now. Let's get him working with the guys that he's going to be working with, right? Making the calls at the offensive line, getting Ashton Genty the ball. I think Clint Kubiak's system is going to allow for that, with the play action pass, the run game, all these things that helped Seattle win a championship last year. But let's get Fernando on the field.
I don't know. Have you changed your mind, Matt? Because I'm still going to stick with my original plan. I still think you just wait and put Kirk Cousins out there first. Let him learn from Kirk a little. And then you have the ability to take your time or not take your time. You could put him in 3 games in if you feel the offensive line is up to par. I think they're scared with what happened last year and the crap offensive line play. I think they still want to give that time to come together for their young rookie in Fernando Mendoza. I get what Doug Peterson is saying, but I still don't subscribe to that.
Yeah. Impatient Raider fan Matt that just wants to see the savior that is Fernando Mendoza come in and just start killing it right away. That Raider fan is screaming, "Hell yeah, coach. I like it. Do it. Start him right away. Start him tonight. Don't even play him, but start him." But I do think patience is ultimately the right route to go, especially with the concerns and worries about the offensive line. You brought Kirk Cousins in for a reason, right? So let Kirk Cousins do his job. Let him mentor by doing. Let him take on that responsibility early. There's no time limit. There's no max, we have to have him in by this period of time. Let him develop at his own pace. Don't put any kind of pressure on it necessarily, because even if he starts week 1 and plays well, I would argue that the Raiders are still a significant long shot to win that division or anything like that. So really, what is the difference going to make of dropping a few games early if you do before Fernando Mendoza goes in? So my impatience says start him right away, just because for the viewing experience, I want that.
Yeah.
But I think history will tell you, from Patrick Mahomes to Aaron Rodgers and others, the right thing to do is to take your time with it. So,
man, we only got to 2?
Oh, man. Damn. Well, we got a couple more coming for you tomorrow then. We'll take the break. When we come back from Las Vegas, Jeremiah Salmonson joins us. We'll talk to him, of course, about Summer League and what he's seen inside the Thomas and Mack Center with the Kings playing. But we got to get to the bottom of this team dinner gate that somehow Jeremiah Salmonson found himself involved in involving Jason Ross not being invited to the Sactown Sports Cruise dinner last night. How dare they? Jeremiah Salmonson will give us his side of the story when we return right here on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got 'em. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Taking the kayaks out on the lake, hot dogs on the grill, and your sister's boyfriend pulling out his acoustic guitar.
Everyone quiet! Harrison's playing. Wow, you're so good, Harrison.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of back pain relief with just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sun up to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Any golfer would be thrilled to listen to Jack Nicklaus talk, and I had to tap the enthusiasm brakes a bit when I had a chance to interview him. But over the course of 40-plus years, Nicklaus wrote enduring words in Golf Digest magazine. Max Adler compiles some of the best. Nicklaus says, "When I putt, I hold my breath before initiating the stroke to keep my head and body still." About putting, he said, "I visualize the putter shaft as being extremely limber, almost as flexible as a length of rope, which means the only way I can get the club head to swing truly is to stroke putts very softly." He said, "The harder I want to hit a shot, the slower I try to begin the swing." About the game, he said, "The key to playing well is to understand who you are as a person and then manage that. I'm finding now more than ever that the game of a lifetime can give you the time of your life without ever striking a shot." Sounds pretty much like life itself. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
It is lunch break time, and it's appropriate because we got to talk about the controversy surrounding A dinner in Las Vegas last night. A dinner in Las Vegas that Jeremiah Salmonson was part of, but that did not, well, it did include Jason Ross, but it was separate from the rest of the Sactown Sports crew that allegedly had a quote-unquote team dinner that they didn't invite Jason Ross to. Now, that has nothing to do with us here back in Sacramento. We were left behind, but hey, we still care about our boy Jay Ross.
We do.
We got to get to the bottom of this. Well, here to help us, plus we'll talk Summer League and all that nonsense as well. Jeremiah, all right, we need the deets, man. What the hell's going on? So you go out to dinner with Jason Ross last night and Sean Cunningham, but none of the Sactown Sports crew out there other than Jay Ross joins you, only to go do their own thing without Jay Ross, without you. What's going on, man?
Yeah, well, once again, thanks for having me on, Matt.
Yeah, none of that. None of that. We need to get to the details. Like,
I mean, they're calling this Dinnergate.
Yes,
yeah, it is.
And yeah, I mean, certainly it's been a scandal out here in Summer League. Some may say the biggest scandal in Summer League. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of explaining to do from that from the crew over there. But nonetheless, of course, Jason Ross is always a great dinner guest, and so it was a pleasure having dinner with him and Sean Cunningham. But yeah, I mean, there's certainly fences to be mended from what I can tell.
So what went down? Like, what's your side of the story? And we got Jason Ross's on-air version about it, but like,
he seemed really crushed.
He was hurt. Did you check on him? Did you make sure like he was okay? What was his reaction like when he found out that the whole crew went out without him?
Yeah, I think he was a little bit shocked. You know, I think he was taken aback just a little bit. But I mean, you're not going to find a better human being in the world than Jason Ross. So you know, he takes everything with in stride, and so you know, he took it okay. But yeah, I think he was a little bit crushed. And you know, there was I mean, there was a great restaurant that I hear that they went to. And yeah, I mean, if I was part of the 1140 crew myself, I certainly would have been crushed. So, you know, I think it's send a note to Jason right now if you're listening. You know, send him an email, send him a little
pray for him.
You. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, I have to jump in on this. The term team dinner was thrown around, and from the people that I have talked about with it inside 1140 and outside of 1140, no one seems to know where that term came from. Jeremiah, can you let us know where you happen to have heard the term team dinner?
Well, see, I may or may not have been the one to throw that around for the first time.
Oh!
There might be a little hand up there for me. I'm not going to put the hand too high on this one, but, you know, it seems like the team dinner type vibe. You know, enough text messages get thrown around and enough checking in on dinner plans with different groups. And, you know, the vibe of the team dinner started, I think, take shape.
Well, so it sounds like Jeremiah is playing the instigator role, which, hell yeah, love you for that.
Let's go.
At the same time... But what else would it be? The entire team went out to dinner. What else would it be?
It's a team dinner.
It's a team dinner.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's the only explanation. Team dinner.
Before we move on to what people actually care about, although I'm locked in on this is bigger than Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo fighting.
I mean, this is its own fight in itself.
This is more juicy. We need an athletic article on this. Would you like it's just us, right? There's no one's listening, no one cares. It's just us. Just us talking, just us friends. Would you like to throw any accusations around any which way, which is like who you felt like drove the decision to ultimately where they went to dinner and why Jason Ross and yourself and Sean Cunningham were not like invited to partake?
Yeah, so there's always a little bit of back channel going on, right? There's always a little bit of back channel. So I was aware of the meal that was going to be had. I was not formally invited.
Oh.
And so I don't think there's any blame to go around per se. I think there was a lot of that probably just it all probably mostly boiled down to no one taking charge of the invites. And no one really taking charge of the plan. So I'm not going to throw anyone in particular under the bus, but you know, there's certainly blame to go around. But yeah, I mean, Sean and Jason and I's dinner at the lovely place that we attended was fantastic as well. So certainly fun was had for sure.
Sounds like they needed a planner on that trip. like me.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean,
yeah.
there is a manager down there. That's all I'll say. There is technically there is a manager with them. Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Well, Jeremiah, let's get into the actual summer league that you're down there for, the work that you're doing down there. You've seen 2 games. Darius Acuff Jr. in particular didn't look too great on Sunday against the Wizards. Absolutely outperformed Keaton Wagler in Game 1 against the Clippers. However, he said after the game that he did not feel that he played very well. You've obviously covered this team very closely, even back in the California Classic. What is your, I guess, takeaway, or how are you looking at in general the inefficiency of Darius Acuff Jr. with some of the other issues that we saw on Sunday in particular?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I think it's kind of been, the first game was a little bit of like a tale of 2 halves, like he was really distributing the ball really well in the first half of that first game, really making the right plays. I mean, he could have easily had like 7 assists in that first half alone. Finished that game, with a respectable line, but towards the end of the game was getting a little careless with the ball, had some bad turnovers. And so, I mean, but overall, I think he played pretty well. The shot efficiency and the shot making remains to be an inconsistency for him at the beginning of his Kings tenure. I'm not too worried about it personally. I mean, he's a proven scorer at the college level, right? I mean, led the SEC in points and assists. So, I don't think that that's going to be too much of an issue for him. I think the shot will come around. But, I mean, yeah, there's really no getting around it. He has been inefficient in pretty much all his games with the Kings in this early summer league action. So, definitely something to keep an eye on. I asked him in one of the media scrums after that first game, and he said he didn't really know what was going on with it, but he's just trying to work on it, trying to stay in the gym. This guy eats, sleeps, and breathes basketball. So, I mean, I'm sure he's doing the necessary things that he needs to do to get himself in the right space. But, yeah, I mean, the inefficiency has certainly been noted by, I think, a lot of people around the Summer League, especially those following the Kings. But I'm not too worried about that aspect. And obviously, the Summer League is full of overreaction, so I'm going to try to not fall into that trap. But it's certainly, I think it's been a little bit of a surprise to people to see him struggling, put the ball in the basket.
Jeremiah, do you put any stock then in tonight's game? Obviously, playing the Nets, it looks like Michael Brown Jr. will play. The injury report saying Jonathan Bobo for the Kings is the only one that's technically out, so it looks like Acuff will play. Does it mean anything in terms of how he can bounce back tonight?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I mean, it's not like he has anything to prove per se, but I think if you asked him, the first thing he would tell you is he wants to have one of those games where, he just, he's really locked in shooting, right? Mm-hmm. His identity in a lot of ways on the basketball court is kind of that prolific scorer type guy, right? So I think he wants to show that. I think, in Las Vegas, with such a stacked draft class, playing these guys like AJ DeBonsa, and guys like this. I mean, you want to show out, right, against guys that were drafted higher than you, and so yeah. I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. I'm sure there's a desire from him to come out here, really have a good game shooting wise, and to kind of silence everyone who's maybe kicking up some dust and starting to question maybe his abilities a little bit. That's certainly, I'm not one of them. I think his shooting is going to be just fine. It's early, it's summer league. Again, the young kid, right? The game's got to be a little bit fast for him, even the summer league level. And so I think it'll all catch up to him.
Is there anything with Darius that, based off what you've seen, you're most confident in heading into training camp and heading into the regular season, just based off of what you've seen in person, and then also getting the opportunity to talk to him a little bit, just anything that you're most confident in about him as he enters his NBA career?
Yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed by his decision making, and obviously, I think people are going to point to the turnovers, and he didn't fare great in in some of these recent quarters in that area, but he has displayed some pretty elite decision making. And I think that is something that will develop, of course, as he starts to get some experience under his belt. That and just his mindset in general. He seems very even-keeled. He doesn't seem to get too high or too low. He seems to have a lot of confidence in himself, and I think that for really any elite athlete is kind of the baseline for any of these guys, to have a lot of confidence in themselves and their abilities. So I think that's really impressed me, and so I think Kings fans have a lot to look forward to. And there's obviously a lot of pressure on him coming into this organization as kind of the guy that the Kings fans and the organization hopes is their next franchise player. So there's obviously a certain amount of pressure on him, but I think he's handled it all in stride, and I think that he's poised and he seems ready for it. So it's going to be fun to see how his game develops. And, at the end of the day, the results on the court this whole season will speak louder than anything here in Summer League.
Jeremiah, it seems, again, like I had mentioned with the injury report, that we probably will see Maxime Reynaud tonight out there in this game. And I know some were even questioning if he needed to play the rest of Summer League. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see from him and Acuff together early on in this game, or just in this game in general?
Yeah, I think just continuing to develop that chemistry, and Max was playing obviously with the French national team. Now he's back with the team. He is experienced from all the experience he got last year at the NBA level. I think Max is in kind of a unique perspective because he's still a young guy. He's still not a vet himself, but he seems to be. He and some of the other younger guys that are in their second year seem to be kind of playing that role to some of the younger guys in this most recent draft class for the Kings. But yeah, I think for Acuff and Reynaud specifically, you're just going to want to see them continue to build chemistry, right? And that's something I think we saw last year's Summer League squad build a lot of here in Las Vegas for their first year. And I think that that's all you can hope for the remainder of the games here in Las Vegas. They just continue to build chemistry. And they learn each other in a way that they can just build off of going into the training camp for next season.
With Dylan Cardwell, you and I were both in the press conference room in the Golden One Center when Dylan, after a California Classic game, talked about, we're not going to let teams come into the Golden One Center in particular and punk us anymore. And he kind of built off of that with coming into the paint. He was like, I got 10 fouls for a reason. If you come into the paint, I'm going to foul you. I'm going to make sure you know that that's not a safe place for you to be. And I understand, as pretty much the lone shot blocking threat that the Sacramento Kings have, maybe add Jonathan Mobo in there, Dylan is going to need to learn how to be able to protect the paint without fouling. But how much have you liked that mindset from Dylan of, at least I'm going to set the precedent? He only had 4 fouls in 5 blocks on Sunday's game, by the way. But how much do you like him setting the precedent of, hey, if you come into the paint, you're going to get hit, and I'm going to use my fouls while I have them here in Summer League?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. And I think Dylan is certainly a very very polarizing personality. You kind of either love him or you hate him type of thing with Dylan. And he's obviously become a fan favorite pretty quickly in Sacramento. But I think he has slotted in nicely into understanding what his role is, right? Like, his role is energy. His role is, like you said, being a presence on defense. His role is kind of being that enforcer guy for the Kings. And I think he understands that. And so I think that it makes sense for a guy in that position to play the way that he's playing. I mean, it's funny. I mean, even in that first game, they're getting little scrums on the baseline, and he's not letting go of the ball in summer in, California Classic action, doing a little scrum. It's kind of amusing, but at the same time, it's who he is, it's how he plays. And I think Kings fans love it. The team in general needs a guy like that anyways. And I think he's been terrific. And, the Kings are going to have to figure out all these guys and how they're going to get minutes, right? Like, you got Max, you got Domas, you got Dylan, Precious obviously re-signed. Like, there's a bunch of things that are going to have to be decided on how you're going to give these minutes to all these guys. But I think Dylan is, going to do his best to kind of slot into that role, and hopefully that will reward him with some consistent playing time this season.
Jeremiah, Alex Karaban, again, I hate jumping to any type of conclusions in Summer League, and I don't really feel like it's warranted. But with Alex Caravan, I know he comes out. He had the ankle injury, didn't get to practice. We've seen him a couple games. Is there anything with him that you hope to see, like in a game tonight or tomorrow? Is there any worries from you early on from a guy like this?
Yeah, I wouldn't say worried, but I mean, to your point, he hasn't really played well. Obviously, coming off that early training injury that he had. So I mean, I'm sure there's maybe a little bit of, this isn't like anything that I know for certain, but I'm sure there maybe is there a little bit of being a little timid on that ankle right now. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, he hasn't been great. I mean, I believe he was 0 for 6 in the first game, maybe 1 for 3 in the second game. So I mean, he hasn't been great, but yeah, I'm not too worried. He's a guy that he is. It's funny to say this as a guy who's a rookie, but he's kind of a true professional already. All his time and playing winning basketball in college. I think he's one of these guys who's going to, come in this season while being a rookie and also be, one of the adults in the room type guy for the Kings. So I'm not too concerned. He's going to go about his business. He's going to figure it out. But yeah, I mean, he hasn't played great so far. But again, he's another one of those guys. You mentioned Acuff and getting one of these games under his belt where he kind of goes off on the scoring end. I think something similar for Caravan. I think it would be nice if he has a game where he kind of feels like he comes alive a little bit and really puts some numbers up. So stay tuned for that for the rest of the summer league, and hopefully he can turn around a little bit too. But I'm not too concerned. I'm sure he'll come around.
Jeremiah Selmanson is joining us, our good friend here, of course, on Sactown Sports from Sports Radio Service. He's been in Las Vegas the entire time the Sacramento Kings have been down there, providing great coverage of Kings Summer League action for you. Jeremiah, I know you remember this as well as I do. You remember Nick Clifford being named to the All Summer League team last year? And of course, we were very encouraged by how well he was playing. Then we saw him go through the season that he had last year, where you could tell he was trying to be a good fit for this Kings team and not really asserting himself in any one area. I've really enjoyed seeing the aggressiveness of Nick Clifford with the basketball in his hands. Chris Darnell pointed out how much more decisive he seems to be with the ball, knowing what he wants to do, attacking the rim, or not afraid to put the shot up. And then we saw him take on the challenge defensively of guarding A.J. DeBonsa, which is no easy feat, but he took on the challenge admirably. What do you make of Nick Clifford, how he's performing in his second summer league? And on top of that, Jeremiah, I'm still trying to figure out, what is Nick Clifford to the Sacramento Kings going forward? Do you have any better idea or gut feeling of what that is?
Yeah, and I think to your point on aggressiveness, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I mean, when Nick gets downhill, good things tend to happen, and whether he's getting fouled or whatever the situation is, I think that has seemed to be, at least in my opinion, the most impactful he's been on the court on the offensive end is when he's getting downhill. He's not, he's not the greatest perimeter shooter, so that doesn't seem to be where he's going to find his role in the NBA. I mean, he can certainly stretch the floor a little bit, but he's not the greatest perimeter shooter. But I've also liked, you touched on it as well, that aggressiveness on the defensive end. I don't think that, Nick is, one of these defensive player of the year types, but he is certainly capable, and he's capable of a lot of things on the basketball court. I was talking about this with someone else the other day. I don't know if he does anything super, super well, but he does pretty much everything at a very serviceable NBA level. Yeah. And so he's kind of a Swiss Army knife in that type of way. And that's not to say he can't develop, one or two of those skills at an elite level, because I'm sure he can. But for what he is right now, he does everything well. He seems very coachable. And I think, he's going to be another one of those guys in the mix for minutes for the Kings, right? Emmanuel Sharp has kind of inserted himself into that conversation as well. Right. Are you gonna play a guy like Emmanuel for his defense and his 3-point shooting, or would you play a guy like Nick? I mean, there's so many ways that this could go come the season, and when the Kings really start to develop their rotations, that I think a guy like Nick is. I mean, I think he sees the situation. He realizes he's going to have to earn his minutes this season.
I know you were probably at the game, but we clearly the other night saw Domantas Sabonis there on courtside with Doug Christie and Scott Perry, and then even DeMarcus Cousins made an appearance down there. And
Daquan Plowden was there too.
Yeah, Daquan Plowden was there. First, let's start with Domantas Sabonis. How good was it to see a guy like him there? Because we've seen Precious around, we've seen Keegan around, but for Domantas to be there, what does it say about just right now? Probably, obviously, going to be here next season, but just what it meant to have him there.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I think it is a morale boost to everyone, and I think it's always good when you have your basically star players show up to summer league action, right? I mean, and let's face it, like, regardless if there's any sort of issues going on between the Kings and the Sabonis camps, in that relationship, I'm not going to speak on any, potential issues there. But there's been plenty of talk that, maybe he's not happy with his role, or maybe he's not happy with his direction, or what is the direction that the Kings are going, and how does Sabonis fit into that? I asked Scott Perry that at the media press conference last week,
right.
Hey, where does Sabonis fit into all this? And, Scott said, what you would expect Scott to say, that they're looking forward to him playing and being healthy. But I think, to your point, I mean, seeing Domas show up at Summer League, if nothing else, it's showing, that outward, desire to maintain that relationship and to show the fans that you're still part of the team and that you're bought into the team and the culture, and that that's what they can expect going into the season, because there's plenty of players who just won't do that. So I think that, it says a lot about Domas, and, I think his focus is getting healthy and, getting back on the court and hopefully getting back to his all-star caliber potential that Kings fans have come to appreciate.
Jeremiah, before we let you go, very important question, and I know you've probably caught tabs on this, and knowing you already have your hands on a copy because you're Jeremiah. Just somehow things work out that way for you. You getting a copy of NHL 27 now that the video game, now that Macklin Celebrini is going to be on it?
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I'm one of those sickos. I'll play offline, online. Whatever needs to be done for the NHL. Yeah, I'm big fan of that cover, and that's going to be exciting. I mean, it's really just that. It's MLB The Show. It's just on rotation. Whenever I get some time, which is not a lot, but whenever I get some time, I'm locked in on those.
Over the course of the grind of an NBA season, Kayla, you take little small things to help get you through.
Little victories.
And Frankie Cardicelli stressing out about the Yankees during the playoffs, and Jeremiah randomly outbursting when the Sharks give up a goal during a Kings game are two things that just breathe life.
Sure.
It just breathes life into me, man. I love it.
You need
exactly. Exactly. No, yeah, and this season's going to be even more high stakes because we're finally through the draft pick phase, and now it's time to actually put a team on the ice that can compete. So we'll see how they do it.
Jeremiah, but one thing you would never do, though, you would never pull a Frankie Cardicelli and hedge your bets against your team, right? You would never do anything like that, would you?
No, that's insanity. That's insanity. No, you can't be part of any of that.
That's a Frankie Cardicelli special. Let's just say hypothetically, your team's either gonna win or you're gonna win. If you catch my drift, that's a Frankie Cardicelli special. Well,
it's the classic emotional hedge. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Jeremiah, make sure you work out your dinner plans now because apparently it's all over the place. So make sure you get dinner locked down for tonight and make sure you're going with the people you're supposed to be going to. I don't want to see you at the center of any more controversy. All right.
All right. Yeah. Well, I think it's a tough task for me to not be at the center of controversy, but we'll do our best.
Safe travels home if we don't talk to you again with being in Las Vegas. Keep up the great work out there, my friend, and looking forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Kayla.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
The great Jeremiah Salmonson from Sports Radio Service. So he's the one. He's the one that brought up the team dinner term, but I don't think he's wrong.
I mean, he was just stating the obvious, right?
Yeah. I think
by saying it was a team dinner.
He put it out there, but it's true. Call a spade a spade.
So we're saying that there was still no invite
clearly
put out to Ross.
Apparently. Well, he said he wasn't invited, so I'd assume Jason Ross was, I guess, not invited. But maybe, but I don't think the Sactown Sports Crew has to say it was a team dinner without us all very clearly seeing that it was a team dinner that Jason Ross was not invited to.
Maybe it was a house dinner?
The Sack Shack dinner? but they didn't have it at the Sack Shack. They had it at a restaurant.
Right. Actually, right next door.
That was allegedly close. Yeah. We'll get to the bottom of that more when we talk to Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles during Crosstalk a little bit later today. That might be a bit of an interrogation. They have some splaining to do. How dare you treat Jason Ross that way? We'll talk to them at the end of the show. Also, Jason Jones of The Athletic joining us at 1 o'clock. But let's talk a little football when we come back. Manti Te'o says the Niners have the most dangerous offense in the NFC West. Do you agree, Kayla Anderson? We'll talk about it next on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's young talent is on full display in Las Vegas, and Kings two-way forward Jonathan Mobo continues to make his presence felt as he continues to make an impact around the rim, on the glass, and as a shot blocker. Will the young big man play his way into a larger role this season?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-381-4183, 800-381-4183, or biglou.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 42, hiring Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch.
The pairing of general manager and head coach is critical to any franchise's success. In one fell swoop in February of 2017, the 49ers agreed to deals with both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. The 6-year deals that they both signed helped start to rebuild this proud franchise. They have produced 5 10-plus win seasons, 3 NFC West crowns, 4 trips to the NFC Championship game, and 2 trips to the Super Bowl. The tandem will continue to chase the ultimate prize and try to bring another Super Bowl title to the Bay Area.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, Kayla Anderson.
Yes.
We are officially less than a month away from both the Niners and Raiders preseason openers.
Crazy to think about.
August 13th. It's July 14th. Thursday, August 13th, the Raiders and Niners will be playing a football game.
That's crazy. I know the dates just keep moving up and up.
We're getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting closer. Well, that's obviously a massive season for the San Francisco 49ers, and the fact that they find themselves smack dab in a 3-horse race for the toughest division in football, the NFC West. Sorry, Cardinals, but just sit this one out. It's going to be really fun and I'm sure really stressful for Niner fans to watch as this season goes on. And every team's looking for, when there's 3 teams that are this good, every team's looking for every little advantage that they can find. Well, according to Manti Te'o, the 49ers, in his opinion, have the most dangerous offense in the NFC West. Take a listen.
This offense, it's the most dangerous in that division, in my opinion. Like, a lot of people will talk about the Rams, and rightfully so. But this is what I mean about the 49ers defense. When you look at the Rams, you have 2 dynamic wide receivers that have a great quarterback. But you know this, Dante, I got a coverage that can handle that. What is often difficult is I don't have a coverage that can put me in the best position to play both run and pass. So when I am the San Francisco 49ers, or when I'm a defense going against the San Francisco 49ers, I can only put my defenses in 2 categories, 1 high or 2 high. 1 high is good against the run. 2 high is good against the pass. I don't have one that's good against both. So I have to pick my poison here. Now, when I am looking at Christian McCaffrey, I'm going to stack the box. But then what are you going to do with Mike Evans? You can't stack the box and have a safety over Mike Evans all the time. So for Mike Evans, this will probably be the best situation he's been in. For Christian McCaffrey, this could be possibly the best situation he's been in, because now defenses, you have to pick your poison, right? So I love what they got over there in LA. I love what they have and their ability to put a lot of points up on the board. But if I'm a defense, I'm staying up late at night trying to figure out how do I stop Christian McCaffrey, knowing that I have to guard somebody like Mike Evans out there at wide receiver, not to mention you got George Kittle and all of those guys. So I think they're the most dangerous offense in that division.
That was on Good Morning Football, by the way.
It was, yeah. I get where Manti Te'o is coming from with the fact that Kyle Shanahan is known for scheming up offenses. Like, he can do different things. He can confuse defenses. And seemingly so right now, if the health is there on the side of the 49ers, if the health is there, he can go and do those things that Manti Te'o just said. And it's going to make it hard to go up against as a defense when you have a guy like he mentioned in Mike Evans, who is new here. If he can be 100% healthy. And again, if Christian McCaffrey can continue to be healthy, which last year I don't understand how he was like the only one to stay healthy.
Knock on wood.
So I get where he's coming from, but it's really hard to when you say best offenses and not mention maybe how it's, how the head coach plays into it. And
Sure.
you're just looking at the pieces. It's hard to go against what the Rams have.
Yeah, you got the MVP, Sean McVay.
Yeah, you have
Better
Sean
receivers.
McVay is an incredible offensive coordinator,
Yep.
in offensive mind in his own right. And clearly they did some really good things last year because of Matthew Stafford. I think having Puka Nacua, I know Devontae Adams is getting a year older, but he was really good for them last year.
Sure.
But here's my thing. When I look at the rest of that roster, now we'll see what George Kittle is coming out of the Achilles injury. I know that he is more so thought of than, Colby Parkinson or Tyler Higbee right now in the moment.
Right.
But don't estimate Kyron Williams, their running back. Because we talk about McCaffrey because, rightfully so, McCaffrey does McCaffrey things. And he was more of a wide receiver than he was a running back last year for him because they had to be, or he had to be for Kyle Shanahan. But we're looking at a guy, Kyron Williams, who's just 25 years old, who had over 1,000-yard season. I think he had over 1,200 yards last year. He was a really good part and piece for that offense, and I don't see him slowing down. So I have to say right now, if I want to just pick one offense that I feel more comfortable in with staying healthy too, it's probably the Rams.
I mean, so much about their run game, too, is opened up because their pass game is as dynamic as it is. Like, there's no question if you're comparing the wide receiver position, the wide receiver room of the Rams to the Niners, the Rams should be better. But it's not as wide of a gap, or at least the Niners are hoping it's not as wide of a gap as it was last year because of Mike Evans. We'll see the Mike Evans effect. Like, that's our answer.
Hopefully other pieces like a Ricky Pearsall.
Right.
I mean,
and Stribling. Who
yeah.
They did. Yeah. So they're hoping that the gap between the wide receiver position in LA versus San Francisco is not as big as it was. One thing that Manti Te'o said there that gave me a little bit of pause was he said this could be the best situation Mike Evans has ever been in. I agree with that. I think there's more dynamic weapons in San Francisco than he ever had in Tampa Bay. I don't know if I agree that this is the best situation that Christian McCaffrey has ever been in. Because if you go back to the Super Bowl year for the Niners, I mean, they had Deebo Samuel that year. They had Brandon Ayuk that year. So the wide receiver position was way better for the Niners that year than it certainly was last year. George Kittle was younger and healthier.
Yeah.
And
those
the
are good
defense was
points.
better. So, I would argue, even though now Brock was a rookie or very young quarterback, second-year quarterback at the time, and you expect him to be better now in his, fifth season already? Is it fifth or sixth season? Something like that. So you'd expect your quarterback play to be better, but also can Brock Purdy stay on the field? I disagree that this is a better situation for Christian McCaffrey, but as long as you have Christian McCaffrey, you have a chance to be very, very dynamic because that's just who Christian McCaffrey is.
Yeah.
I do agree, though, with Manti Te'o's, overall point that if the Niners are going to win their division, it's going to be on the backs of their offense because defensively,
you've been on that one.
While no question they need to get better at even pressuring the quarterback, just make them think about you a little bit and worry about staying in the pocket a little bit. Like, no question the defense has to get better, and Fred Warner being healthy again, and hopefully Nick Bosa being healthy again will help with that. But I don't think the Niners defense will be able to hold a candle to Seattle or LA. But their offense can. So it's, can Brock Purdy outscore his opponents in that division? That's all it is for
You
me.
just can't depend on that the whole season because I'm going to tell you something. Covering NFL teams who on one side of the ball are completely dominant, it wears on the other side of the ball.
100%.
It wears on them.
100%.
And so, like, when I covered the Titans, let's say, their defense carried that team for so long. And at some point, the defense was so worn down from trying to win games and trying to hold their end and more, that at some point it just wasn't enough. So I want it to get to a point where I think the offense is going to come out of the gates, no doubt, stronger than this defense for the 49ers. But I think to be able to really, really compete and make a good run in the playoffs, their defense has to get to that point.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, I understand. 100%.
Yeah.
They
But
cannot
they're-
drag that defense.
Yeah, the offense is the more talented side of the ball right now.
But in my mind, like, and every time the Niners are playing the Rams and anytime the Niners are playing the Seahawks, I feel like they have to score 28 points minimum to win that game.
They did last year.
I don't think defensively they're going to be able to slow down either of those teams enough to win a 17-14 slugfest. I just don't think they have. I have to see it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. Like, it has to be dynamic offense and Brock Purdy making some huge plays. He now has a better red zone target in Mike Evans, in theory. Hopefully they can stay healthier in general and that wide receiver room. And remember what we talked about with Brock Purdy yesterday when we were talking about his quarterback rankings. How much better does Brock Purdy make the weapons around him that don't have a name attached to them? How much better does he make Ricky Pearsall? How much better does he make Stribling? When it's not Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, how much better does he make Black or whoever is back there? I don't know. Like, that's a lot of it's on Brock Purdy too. But yeah, I'm definitely, if I'm putting my eggs in a basket in San Francisco, it's on offense. We got more football to talk about. It's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill when we come back, including ranking the top linebackers in the league, according to NFL executives, coaches, and scouts. Plus, she's the star of Quarterback on Netflix Season 3. So, of course, we got to talk about it. Kayla Anderson's 2-minute drill is next on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Gladiator Sport S. If you're looking for a truck for everyday life that you can still take off-road, the Jeep Gladiator is for you.
My brother had one, and he loved it.
They are really cool trucks for sure. But Hoblet is so much more than Jeeps. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet with our Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with 200 vehicles and over 50 under $30,000.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, nobody beats Hoblet, period. 10,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Gladiator Sport S after $36.20 Hoblet discount and factory incentives. Incentives may include 10% below MSRP incentive, $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members, $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 3 net savings, simple VIN 175877. See dealer for details.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions.
Exercise and golf have been two important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
Like we said in the last segment, Niners fans, Raiders fans, we're under a month away from the first preseason games. Football is coming.
Yeah.
Training camps this week.
There's a lot going on.
And Kayla Anderson starring in season 3 of Quarterback. Come on.
That's right. Quarterback's on display. That's my first headline. I'm going to start with that, baby.
I love it.
I'm going to start with quarterbacks on display.
She's the star.
I wish, man. I always love those things, though, where they go to the markets and you get to see people you know that are covering the teams in some of these, like, what is it? What's the, oh my gosh, the show you watch.
Oh, Hard Knocks.
That I used to watch, yeah.
Hard Knocks.
But I'll be watching this year because it's the Seahawks.
Of course.
So, Hard Knocks, all those kind of shows. It's kind of fun to see the media members in there. So, quarterbacks on display. Quarterback is now out, season 3 on Netflix. That will feature Baker Mayfield, Joe Flacco, Jaden Daniels, and Cam Ward. So my question to you is, I watched the first Quarterback. Will you be watching this season?
I mean,
do any of these guys pique your interest, I should say?
Not really. My wife actually really enjoys this show.
She does?
Yeah, she really enjoys.
Cool.
She got like into a sports documentary kick for a while, so she
Yeah.
watched the first 2 seasons of Quarterback, really liked it. Watched Receiver, really liked it. I'm not like too interested in either of these 4. I'm definitely not interested in Joe Flacco. Like, I know they're going to tell
Oh,
his
I thought
stories.
maybe that's what you would be interested
I
in.
think of the 4, I'm most interested in Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Of the 4. Because I know his situation in
and he's
Tampa
kind of
Bay's.
a riot, too.
Yes, and
he's got a personality.
A character, right? So I think I'm a little interested in that, but for those wondering why I'm calling Kayla the star of Quarterback season 3, it's because her tweets are featured in the show when talking about Cam Ward, who you of course covered very closely when you were in Tennessee covering the Titans. These type of shows aren't really for me. I thought I would be more into starting 5 because it's basketball.
Yeah,
and I watched.
I think you said you didn't even really
Well,
like
I watched
that.
like the first season because it was about Domas, and it was kind of cool to see that stuff, and like some ABC 10 stuff. Myself and Kevin were involved in it.
Yeah.
And we made the cut for it, so that part was cool. But yeah, these type of shows aren't really interesting
it
to
for
me.
you.
But like Hard Knocks is. I don't know why.
That is weird.
But I'll give it a watch to at least see how many times Kayla Anderson is brought up.
Yeah, I think it's just that
Over
once.
under 3 times an episode.
It's just that once, I think.
Ooh.
Next up, let's break down some more of the NFL's best. Because I've been breaking down, or giving you, I should say, every position, and what Jeremy Fowler from ESPN, he had reached out to executives, NFL coaches, and had them rank each position. So we did quarterbacks yesterday. We also did offensive tackles yesterday. Today, we are doing linebackers. And I think you saw the number 1 guy.
Well, it's easy. It's an easy ranking.
So it's Fred Warner of the San Francisco 49ers. But I will even say, reading this piece, because I was like, oh, wow, he didn't even play last season. He was hurt. And he's won. Well, he was also ranked the year before 1 at the age of 29 coming into this season. He's also 1. And Jeremy Fowler writes, rarely does a player miss out on most of the season due to injury and maintain a standing in our top 10.
Is that good?
That's how unique and different just this guy is.
Yeah.
Fred Warner is one of the best to have ever done it at that position and will be one of the best to ever do it for so many reasons. But that right there should have just told you, like, for him to stay there and he didn't even play last year, it's freaking crazy.
Not to spoil, I don't know how much more of the ranking you were going to talk about, but I saw that for 2 consecutive years, it was Fred Warner 1 and Roquan Smith 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, those are widely considered the top 2.
Yep.
Who's number 3?
So Roquan Smith is number 2 of the Baltimore Ravens. Number 3, I can never say his last name. Carson Schweichinger. I can never say that exactly right. Schweichinger of the Cleveland Browns.
Good Browns.
He was was not available in terms of his ranking last year. So he climbed up the ladder on that one. Zach Braun of the Philly Eagles.
Yep.
He's for Jack Campbell. He's been a really good linebacker for the Lions. Azeez Al-Shaair of the Houston Texans, who studied under Fred Warner.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that and all the praise he gives Fred because I covered him in Tennessee closely.
Yeah.
And Azeez has literally learned his game from Fred, and he'll tell you that. He comes in at 6 for the Houston Texans. Jordan Brooks of Miami at 7. Nick Bolton of the Chiefs at 8. Edgerrin Cooper of Green Bay Packers at 9. And Devin Lloyd of the Panthers at 10. Linebackers are often not given as much credit. They're just not as many big names or names that are like, oh yeah, that guy. Like, unless it's like a Fred Warner
Unless you're
type
like a
yeah.
superstar.
But if you got a good linebacker on your squad, man, can do a difference.
Why am I blanking out his name? Raiders. Oh, Walker. Quay Walker. Did he get
let me see
love?
if he got him. Yes, he got an honorable mention.
Sweet.
Yep. The light finally came on for him last year. Fowler, assistant coach, writes, I thought he diagnosed the run game better than anyone in the past. He has always been fast, long, and can hit.
Yeah, I think it's definitely fair to not have him in the top 10, but I'm glad he's an honorable mention.
And last up in the 2-minute drill, top coaches voted on by AP voters.
This surprised me.
You were actually questioning me. You were like, is this right?
Questioning you.
Is this right?
Kayla, explain this.
So coming in at number 5, Sean Payton of the Denver Broncos.
I don't like it, but okay.
I get it. He's polarizing, but Sean Payton is also a really good head coach. Coming in at number 4, and I think a little low, but Kyle Shanahan.
Shanahan at 4.
Of the 49ers.
Yeah, I especially with I understand one guy above him. I would put Shanahan 2 and Sean McVay number 1, but that's not what happened.
Well, because at number 3 is Mike McDonald.
Huh?
His NFC West buddy who just won the Super Bowl.
Huh?
1 year as a head coach, and 2 years, right? Or 1 year. No, 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year.
I'm losing track of time. And he is a Super Bowl champion.
Above Kyle Shanahan?
It's because he's won a Super Bowl.
Well, that's fair.
And number 2, Sean McVay.
Yep.
Andy Reid at number 1.
Now listen, I love Andy Reid. I love Coach Reid. That's just Super Bowl bias here. Like, Sean McVay, in my opinion, is the best coach in the NFL. Like, he's just proven it. And Kyle Shanahan, bias-wise, even though I'm not a Niner fan, but I enjoy covering Kyle Shanahan. In my mind, he should be number 2 or number 3 at the lowest. Number 4
I think number
is
3.
Crazy.
3 would be good for him because he's not won a Super Bowl. 2 other coaches in front of him have. Also, Mike McDonald has, technically. Shanahan's just done it and proven more sometimes. In terms of overcoming adversity and having to deal with injury. But Andy Reid sticking there at number 1, man. We'll see what he does this year.
If I were
what
a Niner fan, that would make me grumpy. Kyle Shanahan's not number 4.
Not if you're, is it TC who?
Oh, TC's like, he's number 32.
Yeah, TC cannot stand Kyle Shanahan.
That's the hill.
Maybe TC will call in.
The hill for TC to continue to die on. We'll take the break. When we come back, our old friend from The Athletic, used to be with the Sacramento Bee, was a beat writer covering the Sacramento Kings for many, many years. Jason Jones will join us to talk about his recent article about more details surrounding the Bam Adebayo Tyler Hero fight in Las Vegas and how social media burner accounts are plaguing the NBA. Plus, we'll talk about his C grade for the Sacramento Kings offseason. And are the Sacramento Kings and DeMarcus Cousins reconnecting? Has the hatchet been buried, as they say? We'll discuss with Jason Jones next to start the final hour of the show. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
The Kings kicked off NBA Summer League with a win, but couldn't keep pace with the Washington Wizards in Game 2 with a doubleheader against the Nets. And Celtics on deck, who will step up to help get things back on track.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keep his safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help with my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Michael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, yeah, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Looking forward to being joined by the one and only Jason Jones here in a few minutes. Before we get to that, Kayla, I got this text from my wife earlier today. It said, "Watch out, Ari, my son, might be the next musical genius in the family. He just performed an original piece with the following lyrics. Yeah, yeah, let's go. Yeah, yeah, let's go. Shake it, bake it, make dinner, don't make dinner."
Wait, do you have the audio?
No, she just sent me the lyrics. Bars!
That is so... Wait, did he work on that and
I
then
don't
perform
know.
it?
I don't know.
I need more on this tomorrow.
We need more details.
I need audio.
I will find more details and try and get audio of the shake it. I think it's going to be called Don't Make Dinner.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Shake it, bake it, make dinner, don't make dinner. Those are the lyrics to my son's apparently song that he made at home today. There you go.
Please.
All right.
We'll get the dinner gate thing later on.
Yeah, dinner gate, lyrics with songs. All this controversy happening out of Las Vegas. Jason Jones, we bring in Jason Jones, the Athletic, right now. Jason, we thought that Bam Adebayo versus Tyler Hero was the biggest drama and an issue in Las Vegas right now, but it turns out we've one-upped it here at Sactown Sports. And I know you love and respect Jason Ross because you work with him for so many years here in Sacramento. Our Sactown Sports crew out there in Las Vegas went out to dinner last night all together as a station, did not invite Jason Ross to it. Can you believe that?
Man, they turned Jason Ross into that old Kendrick Perkins meme when the whole team went out, and he's got to go in the comments to be like, "Hey, ain't no invite for Jason Ross." Oh, okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah. There's got to be some type of repercussions for that.
I agree. We're still working on. We'll get to the bottom of it. We're talking to the afternoon show here at the end of the hour to find out at least their side of the story. But speaking of stories, Jason, I really enjoyed your article this morning. You provided a little more context behind the Bam Adebayo Tyler Hero conflict. If I'm understanding it correctly from what I read, so Bam came into one of Tyler Hero's like AAU team's practices, and this whole incident took place in front of an AAU team, which adds a whole nother wrinkle to this story. And it's all based around an alleged Tyler Hero burner account in which he said some things about his former teammate after he was traded to Milwaukee.
Yeah, and I even wrote, I'll never understand professional athletes, any celebrity, even just any human being who thinks it's a good idea to start sharing, how you feel deeply and personally about people with someone you've never met. It's
bizarre.
It's just wild that you would say, you know what I want to do? I want to vent. Let me just go to this account and talk to this fan who's figured out this is my account. It's crazy. Just weird. It's just weird, and it's weird behavior to me. But hey, maybe I'm just old now and I just think differently. But I don't get it. And as somebody told me in Vegas, they said, Bam is one of the guys who actually will confront you. The NBA has a lot of guys who talk a lot and many who won't do anything. He's not on the list of guys who won't confront you about what you said.
Well, really quickly, before we move on to some Sacramento Kings specific stuff, I did want to ask you, Jason, do you think this is something that the NBA should take a closer look at, in the sense of, like, we know the Kevin Durant scandal with the burner account that's happened. I know league executives have done this before. You lay all this out in your article for The Athletic that's out right now. But just like any of us working in our place of work get that classic either speech or training or something in our contract that says along the lines of, like, you represent the company on social media and do not partake in bad actions on social media. Do you think this is something that the NBA will have to get involved in, or personal social media accounts are something they can't really try to assume control of?
It's hard to get involved in personal social media, because I think there are some legitimate reasons why someone would have a burner account. I mean, maybe, you want to, look at food recipes or whatever in peace. Maybe you have some, you have your little CD, like, not safe for work stuff. You want to browse in peace. I mean, I think I have a couple of extra accounts. One I had because it was like my first Twitter account, and that was when Twitter first started, and it was very inappropriate. It was very out of control. We were making some of the worst, non-PC jokes just amongst friends. And then my old editor at the B decided to announce to the entire readership that Jason has Twitter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't read. I had to make that thing private immediately and come up with a completely different account. So it was like, there's reasons why people would have an account like that. I just don't understand the need to talk to people you don't know and talk bad about your teammates or ex-teammates or, You know, like Kevin Durant's notorious for that. It's like, you know, I'm going to trash my teammates. It's like, just get a diary. I don't know. I mean, journal. I mean, why do you have to do it like this? Like they're not, you know, these internet sleuths are pretty good at figuring out. I mean, they track all this stuff down, and Kevin's been caught a couple of times. He got himself caught when he forgot to switch accounts that one time. Yeah. So it's weird to me. I don't get it. I think, you know, there's a lot of other ways to do it, but I think just whether you're a celebrity, you know, or someone like us, or just someone, you know, whatever, public or not, the inbox will be the downfall of society.
Jason Jones of The Athletic, kind enough to give some time today on the Matt and Kayla Show. So you recently put out your off-season grades, and we talked about it yesterday on the show. And, of course, we went over the Kings grade of C. We both thought that it was fair, but now that you are on the show, I'm curious as if you can kind of give us more insight into why you gave them a C this offseason.
I mean, they were very limited in what they could do. So it wasn't like you can knock them like, oh, they didn't go out and sign anybody. Well, who could they really sign? I mean, there's not a whole lot they could do. You know, they didn't do anything crazy like take some terribly like, you know, like a bad contract. I mean, Acuff was really their off season in terms of, you know, the big move they were going to be able to make. You know, he fell to them at 7, perfect for them. To me, that was, you know, it was like, you know, in this past draft, there was pretty clear there was a good set of players. If one of them's there, you took them at 7. It wasn't hard, you know. So you don't mess that up. And there's not a whole lot they can do right now. I mean, we knew they were going to waive DeMar DeRozan. You know, they reached out to Jalen Duren, but he's restricted. And if Detroit has no desire to make a move, it doesn't really matter how much they talk to him. You know, so I just think that, you know, that they kind of did what they could do, you know, and I think really for them, the real roster turnover stuff probably start during the season. You know, I think somebody like Zach LaVine will be highly motivated to play well for his next deal. You know, if Sabonis is truly very so unhappy, he'll be motivated as long as he's healthy to play well to try to get out. So I think their real turnover starts during the season and going into next season. They're just, you know, with the cap situation, you know, you knew Zach would pick up his option. They just didn't have a lot they could even do. So I wasn't going to ding them for not doing a lot when they didn't have a lot they could do.
Jason, you covered the Sacramento Kings for a long time, including the days of Jeff Petrie, and then you saw kind of the circus, if you want to call it that, the carousel of different executives and general managers that have come through Sacramento. Scott Perry stands out or appears different just because of how experienced he is and how well respected he is around the league and how long he's been in the game, for lack of a better term. What do you make of, I guess, the job that Perry has been doing with what limited moves that he can make because of what he inherited, and how he seems to be taking just a more seasoned approach to running the Sacramento Kings and less of a, this is how it's always been in Sacramento, so this is the way I'm kind of going to do things. It very much appears like Scott Perry is more than willing to break the mold of, free agents aren't going to come here, so I'm not going to be bothered. I'm going to throw my name into the hat of a big name like a John Kuminga last year or a Jalen Duren this year. It seems like he's trying to break that Sacramento mold.
No, I think the previous executives went after guys. I mean, you know, and I think one thing Scott has an advantage of is he was with Sacramento before. It wasn't a long stint, but it was a stint. And prior to when Scott arrived the first time, remember when the Kings couldn't even get people to work out for them?
Right.
Like, they have a lottery pick, and they, like, get one lottery pick the whole process. Like, guys, I'm not working out there. I had agents back then saying that I will do everything I can to get them to pass on my player. Like, I don't want him a part of that. So I think he has that, and I think he's just taking the approach of, you know what? I mean, I remember guys. I know Vlad, Vlade tried. You know, I know Pete D'Alessandro tried. I know Jeff tried. I remember the time Jeff telling me, kind of, as I could say it now, it's been years, basically telling me I reached out to these 4 or 5 top free agents. All of them said no. I did reach out to him. He said it's not, you know, I know there was a sense back then that maybe Jeff wasn't trying. Jeff was trying. It was just there was just so much instability from the ownership level and the relocation stuff. Kind of hard to sign a guy to a multi-year deal if he thinks the team might be moving.
Sure.
It's like, hey, want a 4-year deal? We may be here. We may be in Seattle. So I think there's so much going on. But Scott's, I think Scott's real, like I said, his real kind of like imprint on the team probably will begin after this season, just because you walk into a situation where, he inherited the roster post De'Aaron Fox trade. This is just kind of what he had. And I think the people were kind of maybe didn't like some of the moves, like signing a guy like Westbrook last year and things like that. But I don't think anyone who was realistic thought the team was going to be good. That just, then the Sabonis injury and, Keegan being hurt, none of that helped.
Yeah.
So you go from a thing where you say, well, maybe if all breaks well, they can maybe, if they could crack the top 10, so yeah, this team is going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Until, of course, March, April, when they decided to win games.
Whoops.
So, I mean, I think you got to give Scott another year just to kind of, I know he inherited, Doug as a coach, but, then he'll have another year to evaluate that situation. Do you go a different direction there? There's a lot to kind of look at and examine, but I think, Acuff is one of the first major pieces. Because I think even in our pre-draft stuff, I said they got to find their next star.
Yep.
Like the draft yielded last year some pieces, guys who can be in the rotation, guys who can be a part of the team. But I think with Acuff, they got their young potential all-star. So you had to find that guy, because for so many years in the lottery, they would have lottery picks and not get the star guy. That guy would go after whoever they passed on. That guy was going to be an all-star Hall of Famer. So I think I think Darius gives them a chance to start rebuilding in that front, and then from there you just kind of figure out he'll have a chance to possibly move off of Levine during the season. That expiring contract becomes very valuable, especially in first apron, second apron world. So I just think you got to give Scott some time, and I know it sucks for Kings fans to say time, but it feels like 2023 was 10 years ago already.
Right.
So I get the whole idea. You don't want to be patient, but I think you have to be patient because they really don't have a choice. This is just the team they have right now.
Jason, we've already had so much reaction with Summer League and the games that have been played so far that have included Darius Acuff Jr. And he has been a little bit inefficient, right? And he probably is coming off of his worst game this past game. But again, they're going to play tonight. And it's hard, though, to really take that much from Summer League. With a point guard like him, and we know the scoring is there, but it's not been there as much in Summer League. Is there anything to worry about when it comes to that once, he gets going here and gets used to his surroundings and his players that he's playing with?
I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think he has a whole track record from Arkansas that shows he can score. And Summer League is just it's such a weird thing just because you're playing largely with guys you will not be playing with once training camp starts. And there's just a lot of guys, I'm not pointing at anyone on Sacramento specifically, but a lot of times guys, are trying to get jobs, elsewhere. The guys are all trying to look out for themselves. It's really hard on big guys, especially because the bigs just get ignored a lot of times because those guys are trying to get contracts. It's just a really weird way. It's just a really kind of just imbalanced way to look at a player, I think. I've only seen one player that I ever covered in as the Kinger in general, where I saw Summer League and thought, oh my God, there's a problem. That only happened once. So I just, and that was Thomas Robinson. I said, this is not good.
Yep. This is not good.
I said, this is not good. Because, his athleticism wasn't showing. I'm like, he's supposed to at least be an athlete, and I think, but I don't think there's anything to worry about with Darius. I think, you get him training camp. I think having someone, he'll have a healthy Sabonis. He'll have guys like that around him. who will make the job easier for him.
Yeah.
But I think, so I wouldn't get too worried unless he was out there and he couldn't dribble or something. It's like something like so flagrant where you go, oh my God, this is going to be a real problem. I think Darius is going to be fine. I just think that, Summer League can be a hard thing to read. 'Cause I think I saw a graphic about, I think Steph Curry's Summer Year League. I think the best player on that team was actually Anthony Randolph.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about this. I think if you I trust what I saw from him in college, and I'm also a big believer in guards who play for John Calipari.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're going to draft a guard who played for John Calipari, you've got at least a decent pro. At worst, you've got a decent pro. But I don't know what Calipari does when he gets those guys, but those guards come in ready to play generally. So I wouldn't be worried about Darius at all.
Jason Jones got to bring up old wounds like Thomas Robinson in this organization. My goodness.
I like T-Rob. He had a rough summer league, and then
everything else.
Yeah.
And then everything else. Well, hey, you you covered and developed a relationship that was really strong with DeMarcus Cousins throughout his entire time here in Sacramento. And Jason, one of the biggest things that stood out from Sunday's game had nothing to do with the basketball on the court. It was DeMarcus sitting courtside with some Kings brass like Doug Christie, sat next to Domantas Sabonis, was very much over there and present with the Sacramento Kings, who, of course, he's so associated with. Now, no Vlade and no Vivek, so we'll see if we can still cross that bridge. But do you think there is a mending happening, for lack of a better term, or like a rekindling between Cousins and the Sacramento Kings? And I imagine like that would be probably a really, really good thing for Sacramento to want to reestablish that connection. I think DeMarcus has been really, really good on like the FanDuel show that he's been on. He's been really good on TV. So it would make sense that enough time has passed to try and reestablish that connection.
I think part of that it's a completely different like front office group.
Yep.
It's a different group. There's still Vivek, but Scott, I think Scott's a guy who's kind of a bridge builder type. And time, after time, I think, it's been almost 10 years since he got traded. God, I feel old. That means DeMarcus is getting closer to 40 than he is 30.
Oh.
So, I mean, time, you get, time, heals and men, there's guys who, if you look just across the league, the way Shaq got, traded from L.A., he comes back and gets his jersey retired. He didn't have nice things to say about Pat Riley, gets his jersey retired. I think it just takes time, and part of it was during part of that shift, DeMarcus was still playing in the league.
Right.
And it's kind of hard to be like, hey, let's get here and chat when, he's playing for New Orleans or the Lakers or the various teams he played for after Sacramento. But I think, everyone, thinks of DeMarcus as a king. And I think it would be good to have a relationship with him. Because I think some of there was a lot of stuff that came out about him while he was playing that, for all the stuff he may have done, some of the stuff that was said about him was pretty unfair.
Yeah.
And some of the things he was blamed for was pretty unfair. To blame one player for why you can't sign free agents is,
Yeah.
So I just think time, and I think that's good for him. I think it's good for the Kings. Just I think because Sacramento's fan base is unique in that once you were a King, they love you unless you're Spencer Hawes. But Kings fans love you, and I think overall Kings fans appreciated what DeMarcus did and tried to do. It was a lot of ways it was an impossible situation. Most guys would not have thrived. I think it speaks to the level of player he was, that he thrived in all that chaos. So I think it's good. And I didn't get a chance to catch up with him while I was down there. I'll shoot him a text and I always remind him that he's old now. So
I'm sure.
When I met him, I think he was 19 without a driver's license.
Wow.
So yeah, he's old, got kids, and And I just also laugh at the fact that he's doing media because there was times where he did not like us.
I know, exactly. I was telling Kayla the same thing. It's like, it's amazing someone who did not like media as much as he did is so freaking good at it. He's amazing at it.
And the thing is, too, is he's good because he's smart, and a lot of times he didn't like the dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Because he would say, "Why do you got to ask me these dumb questions?" But when you're on a bad team, the questions get dumb because it's just like, what do we say? What do we have to say? It's like you saw this past season. I mean, what could you really ask the Kings in March that you didn't ask in December?
Yep.
Jason, you remember when we had DeMarcus and Rajon Rondo at the same time? They both hated dumb questions. That's all they got.
Those were my guys.
Of course, they loved you.
I'm still cool with both of them. I mean, everyone was warning me. Rondo can be. I was like, this dude is cool. I mean. But I also had the advantage back in those days, kind of even before me, guys like Marty, where you're the only person on the road with them. You're the only, I was with them. I saw them more than I saw my children because I was with them almost every day.
Yeah.
So you build a different rapport, and I think a lot of publications aren't traveling day to day anymore. I think it definitely changes how teams are covered because I think in a lot of ways the players respected the fact that you knew they were tired because you were tired. You knew the feeling of, okay, this is the last game of a 7-game road trip. I can't wait to get out of here.
Yep.
So I think there was just a different kind of this is all pre-COVID, obviously, because I think COVID really changed that.
Yeah.
In terms of how teams and sports are covered. But yeah, Rondo I really didn't have a bad guy I covered on the Kings. The weirdest guy was Marco Bellinelli just because he didn't like to talk.
Yeah.
And if you tried to follow him on social media, he blocked you. He didn't want anyone in the media. He didn't want anyone in the media following him, which was different. But I didn't care. I mean, it was Marco Bellinelli. That wasn't going to hurt me any. But yeah, I just think that things have changed, and DeMarcus he's good on TV.
He's great.
I text him and I'm like, yeah, man. I said, look at you, Mr. Media Man. Yeah, so I just think that overall it would be good for I think it would be good for the fans too to see DeMarcus at a Kings game.
Yeah,
because I think obviously his first game back he got the ovation. But I think it would be good if, they've had nights for a lot of guys to have a night just to say, hey, the two-time All-Star, All-Rookie team, I don't know where he ranks all-time in King stuff still, but he's still one of the best players of this past 30-plus years of Sacramento basketball.
Without a doubt. Jason, we appreciate you taking the time. Before we let you go, real quick, can you tell your L.A. Dodgers you don't need Tariq Skubal? Just back off, all right? Let someone else have him.
I mean, right now they're down Glass now, and Snell hasn't really played all year.
Oh no!
I'm proud of the scrappy Dodgers. They're down their starting pitchers. Will Smith has missed a chunk of time. Mookie Betts missed a chunk of time. But hey, I always point to the fact that Andy Pages is a homegrown Dodger.
Oh, there you go. You got one of them.
Max Muncy was someone anyone could have had. And, shout out to the A's for letting that happen.
We got a different Max Muncy now. We got the younger one. We got the new model.
I'll take the one in the All-Star game.
That's fair. That's fair. Jason, we appreciate you, my friend. Keep up the great work that you're
guys,
doing.
Take care. Anytime.
Chat very soon. That's Jason Jones of The Athletic. Spent many, many years covering the Sacramento Kings. I love talking to Jason, even though every time you talk to Jason, it never fails. At least one Sacramento Kings fan chimes in and goes, who cares what this guy says? He's a Laker fan.
That is funny.
And Jason, the best thing and the worst thing about Jason, because he does it to me too, Jason loves to troll on social media. So if you post anything about the Sacramento Kings or anything, he'll post laughing emojis or just something about it. And then if you try and respond to him and go after him just for fun, he immediately tweets the gif of Robert Horry after hitting that three. It's just his go-to.
It's his go-to.
And every single time you say it doesn't bother me, and no, it really bothers me. And he knows it. That's cool,
though, that he built a relationship with a couple guys that were a little bit tougher to get to know. And that's always a skill as a journalist, I would always say, is find that way to maybe get to those players that they're tougher to get to. That was always a fun challenge that, I would put forth every season.
Yeah, Yeah, he was really good at connecting with players because they understood him and he understood them, and he would shoot straight, and DeMarcus would shoot straight right back at him, which is why I think they got along as well as they did. Next time we have Jason Jones on, I have to have him tell you the Hassan Whiteside story, when Hassan Whiteside was asking why the hell Jason is around all the time, and people were like, he's the beat writer, and Hassan Whiteside had no idea what that meant.
No clue.
He was like, what does that mean? What's a beat writer?
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you always here?
That's funny.
So I'll have to have Jason tell you that story next, but we appreciate Jason Jones taking the time, appreciate his perspective on the Summer League. We'll take the break. When we come back, we have half an hour of the show left. First off, we'll get to the bottom of this dinner gate when we speak to the Drive guys. Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles have some splaining to do for why Jason Ross wasn't invited to the Sactown Sports team dinner in Vegas last night. We'll talk to them about that. But if you missed 11 o'clock earlier, I provided some numbers for why we shouldn't panic too much and worry too much about Darius Acuff Jr. I'll rehash some of those, and then we'll talk about what we want to see from Acuff and the Kings tonight, or today. They take on the Brooklyn Nets in an hour and a half from now.
3 p.m., baby.
3 p.m. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard. October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
We've got Sacramento Kings basketball starting in 90 minutes.
I know, I'm pumped. When I was like, can you remind me what time the game is today? 3 p.m. Oh, yep, okay.
Yeah.
Going straight home. Booking it.
Drive home. Kick your feet up.
Let the dog out.
Are you the type?
My feet up.
Are you the type of person that as soon as you get home, like I know it's weird because we don't get home like at the end of the day necessarily.
Yeah.
Do you change right away when you get home?
So I get home. Usually I do my workouts in the morning. Sometimes I have to do them in the afternoon. So sometimes I'll get home, do the workout clothes, and then go work out. Now, usually though, I come home, go straight in, let Red out on his little walk, gets to do his little thing. Come back up, and then, usually I change into something
leisurely
comfortable.
Clothes immediately. Yep.
Yeah.
Shoes are off immediately.
Exactly.
Leisurely clothes on to watch Kings basketball. At 3 o'clock, the Kings taking on the Brooklyn Nets. We should be, for real this time, getting Darius Acuff Jr. versus Michael Brown Jr. That was supposed to be the opener of the Cali Classic, but Michael Brown Jr. didn't play in that game. Well, it sounds like he's playing. Darius Acuff Jr. will be playing tonight. Everybody except for Jonathan Mobo is playing for the Kings tonight or today, as far as we know. Mobo is not hurt or anything. He's just out for rest purposes. Yep. He's been playing a lot, so he's getting the day off, which I imagine means he's going to play tomorrow. I imagine this is going to be the last game for Acuff. It's going to be the last game for Max. I imagine this is probably the last game for Dylan and Neek as well.
Probably.
So let's see. Yeah. I want to go out on a strong suit. Certainly bounce back, Darius, from not just how the Summer League in general has gone, but how Sunday's game went. But just to rehash this really quick. So people, if you missed the 11 o'clock segment and are worried or concerned about the numbers that Darius Acuff Jr. is putting up in Summer League, here's just for some context how some other greats have fared in Summer League. Jalen Brunson averaged 6.8 points on 22% shooting from the field, 30% shooting from three-point range, had 4 assists and 3 turnovers a game in Summer League. By the way, Acuff is at like 19.5 points per game. His shooting percentages are bad. He's like 25% from 3. He's averaging over like around 3 turnovers a game too. So his numbers aren't good either. But Jalen Brunson had very similar numbers. Lauri Markkanen, who turned into an all-star, averaged 14 points on 29% shooting from the field and 24% from three-point range. Austin Reeves averaged only 7 points a game on 29% shooting from the field, 25% from three-point range. Also had an assist-to-turnover ratio of 2 assists to 1.6 turnovers. And finally, Steph Curry.
There it is.
Steph Curry averaged 17 points, so 2.5 points less than Darius, on 32% shooting from the field, 34% shooting from 3, and averaged 4.2 assists and 3.6 turnovers a game in Summer League. So it's okay. It's okay that he's struggling. It's okay that he's working through things. It clearly didn't define all those players. I don't think it's going to define him.
It's not going to define him.
So what do you want to see tonight from him?
So I do want to see, coming out of the gates, a little bit of efficiency and shot selection.
Yep.
I understand that he wants to get his teammates involved, and that is going to be an important part of his game. I don't want him to overthink that, though, and then be not taking the right shot selections. I think that's kind of interrupted his flow a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Because he is so worried about, like, I got to get all these guys involved. And at that, all these new guys involved. And so I think for him, just focusing on maybe, like, you got to be able to be a playmaker, but maybe just being focused on his efficiency in this game.
Yeah, just take good shots, make good shots.
Make good shots, yeah.
I definitely want to see more two-man game between him and Max.
That's been your big one.
I want to see more pick and roll. Just try it. Try it a couple times. Do it more than you were doing it in game 1 on Sunday. But I don't think this contradicts what you were saying, but it's a little bit different in the sense that I kind of want to see Darius let the game come to him a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Like,
don't force things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just if you take 2 shots in the first quarter, you take 2 shots in the first quarter. Now, I know Kings fans will go, why isn't he shooting? He's scared. Like, we don't have to go that far. Don't pass up open looks. But so much of, you can tell Acuff's like, okay, I'm trying to be the guy.
He is.
And the Kings need you to be that guy. And hey, if you're feeling it, go and get a bucket. Hit some big shots, especially if it's like late in the shot clock or coming out of a timeout or whatever. But let the game come to you a little bit. Work the 2-man game with Max, and if the defense is blitzing you, find Max and let him score. Or find Neek in the corner. Or play your 2-man game with Dylan. If the defense is worried about them, then take that floater. That floater's been arguably his best shot in Summer League so far, is that go-to floater in the mid-range. Like, let the game come to you. Relax. The weight of expectations does not matter right now. Just play your game. And I hope, this is pressure, but I hope he outperforms Michael Brown Jr.
I do too, because I think Michael Brown Jr. might be special too in this league. I think for Darius, like, the biggest advice he could give himself is pretty much like, I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself today. Like, I'm going to go out and be Darius Acuff Jr., and I know who I can be when I'm that. And just focused on having fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing I forget about sometimes. Is like, some of these players, I think they're coming into Summer League and their cheeks are like squeezed together.
Yeah.
Because they're so just worried about what the impressions are going to be, what the stats are going to be. Young man, you live and breathe and eat the game of basketball.
Yeah.
You love it. Go out there and have fun.
Yeah, I got to get mine.
Go out there and have fun.
I've got to score, and I got to do my job and make a good first impression. Oh, by the way, I'm taking on the number 1 pick in AJ DeBonson. I look courtside and I see these Kings, Kings big wigs. So I see all my bosses sitting courtside watching me play, and I look to the other side. Oh my God, there's Charles Barkley, or I don't know. Chuck isn't there, but you know what I mean. Like, there's all these stars. Oh my God, I got to perform. Like, I get it, and I'm not saying that's how Acuff is feeling alone. It's just how a lot of players are probably. I imagine Alex Caravan's probably feeling a little bit of that right now too, with how his first couple of Summer League games have gone.
He needs a call. Coach V, if you're listening, he needs a call from Coach V tonight.
He does.
Yo, Darius, DA5, take it back to the court in Detroit where it all started and where you're sitting here and you're just playing hoops in the gym.
Yeah.
Let's take it back just to having fun, playing hoops. If Coach V gave him a little speech before tonight's game, I think we'd see the real DA5.
I would like to see somebody pull him aside, whether it's Chris Darnell, King Summer League head coach, or one of the veterans, quote unquote, on the King Summer League team, like Neek or Dylan, or even Max. Pull him aside and go, dude, nobody's better than you right now. Nobody on this court is better than you. But you don't have to prove it. Like, you don't have to force proving it. And if I know Darius plays with a chip on his shoulder in terms of I want to outperform everybody that was picked ahead of me. Michael Brown Jr. was picked 1 spot ahead of you, which, again, they're technically higher than you on the pay scale and higher than you in the draft history, but you also low-key wanted to come to Sacramento and not Brooklyn, so it's not as big of a slight.
Very true.
You know, like, go and outperform him because you're damn good. Don't force, like, I got to outperform him. Like, just go be you, man.
I agree.
Go be you tonight. I think he's going to bounce back. I think he's going to play well. I think the Kings are going to hopefully get a bounce-back win tonight against Brooklyn, who they beat already in the California Classic. And then I think this will be then the shutdown point. I think most of the Kings are getting shut down after tonight.
Yeah, I hope he comes out well tonight. And like you said, if you shut him down, you shut him down.
Sorry, Boston.
It will be with good play.
Or you're welcome, Boston. You're getting probably the Kings Summer League light team tomorrow. But in my opinion, one last chance to really showcase something. Show us what you got in this Summer League game. Very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to speaking with Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles here.
Here we go.
We watched Whitey's video earlier, poolside with Whitey.
Oh yeah, it looks nice.
Out in like a swing outside. Where the hell are these guys staying?
Well, they have that whole garden out there. It's called the Sack Shack Garden.
Oh.
That's like the outer. It reminds me of Love Island. They really remind
they got
me
a villa?
of their whole villa on Love Island, which I'm obsessed with. The villa.
I guarantee you, Alan said that at least once being there.
For sure.
Alan's for sure into that. For
sure.
Stuff. Now we'll hear from them about this Jason Ross dinner gate thing going. If you're just now tuning in, Jason Ross shared with us, and Christopher Laud has been a A+ journalist today, getting to the bottom of J. Ross went out to dinner last night with Sean Cunningham and Jeremiah Salmonson, and found out that not too far away, the entire Sactown Sports crew all went to what was labeled a team dinner. Now, we learned that it was Jeremiah who's labeled it a team dinner, not anybody on the Sactown sports side of things. But still, we can use our eyes, call a spade a spade. It looked like a team dinner to me, and Jason Ross wasn't involved in that. It really hurt him. He was really hurt this morning. He was crushed. So we got to have his back. We got to do our due diligence. We got to get their side of the story. We're just the guys in the middle here back at home. Yep. But listen,
we're the peacemakers.
Peace?
Well, kind of.
If you wrong Jason Ross, you wrong all of us.
Just give me a Nobel Peace Prize over here.
You know how the when Kings rookies arrive, like all the Kings fan base shows up and like cheers them and welcomes them to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't get an apology from them for Jason, if they don't apologize to Jason, I think a contingency of Kings fandom needs to show up and boo those guys when they land.
Ooh.
Don't actually do that, but it would be funny.
That would be
I'll do
funny.
it. I'll just be like, boo!
You will when they walk back in the studio.
No, looking forward to talking to those guys. They had a great show yesterday. Spoke with Eric Musselman. Our friend Kristen Peak was on their show as well.
Yeah.
They had former King Jason Thompson on the show. Really good interview, and I know they have more great stuff coming for you from Las Vegas today. They'll be simultaneously broadcasting while the Kings Summer League team is in action. A 3 o'clock tip. Kings, Nets inside the Thomas & Mack Center. They'll play the Celtics tomorrow. We'll take the break. Speak to Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles, the Drive Guys. Join us next from Las Vegas right here on Sactown Sports.
The top young talent is on display at NBA Summer League, and Sactown Sports has boots on the ground. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, presented by Power Business Technology. And stay locked into SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube channel for the latest on every game, every practice, and all things Kings this summer. Power Business Technology, copiers and printers for your office needs.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
A good place to buy a new truck would be a place known as Truck Country. Folsom Chevy is Truck Country, and now it makes even more sense. Folsom Chevy is offering 0% financing for 5 years, no payments for 90 days on all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock, and there's a lifetime warranty. Go to Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall or go to folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 finance. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends July 31st, 2026.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Oh, yes. The music is appropriate.
Oh.
We've got some work to do. All day long, we've been following Dinnergate. Team Dinnergate. And it is our duty and our obligation to get to the bottom of it. Joining us right now from the Sack Shack in Las Vegas, Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles. Gents, hope you are well. Hope you are beating the heat over there. But I gotta say, I saw how hurt Jason Ross was this morning, and I was disappointed. What happened? How does J. Ross get left out of dinner?
That's a good question. I didn't know he was.
Yeah,
Have you heard anything about this,
no,
Alan?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. The only thing I know, Matt, and this is for you, not Kayla, J. Ross will probably be at some dinner with us at some point here, but you won't because you're not here.
I would love to be there. Put me on a flight, Whitey. I'll be there tomorrow.
And I notice on the stream that Alan is kind of hiding himself because he's giving his whole, hey, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what's going on. But you seem to know more about it when you were talking with Jason, Alan.
No, I mean, I said my piece. I know, Chris, you're bored behind the board, so we've moved on. We already have new dinner plans. We have new plans, but we're glad
Jason?
that we could look. I'm just glad because here's the thing. Here's the thing. As per usual, and I had nothing to do with it.
Oh,
to be
classic.
honest with
Of course
you.
you don't.
Right?
You never do.
We wanted to go to a certain restaurant. It ended up being a long wait.
Long wait.
We didn't know when Jay was getting back. Jay's booking guests. We had George Sedano. We had so many people. So we didn't know what was going on. Like, you got to understand how life works out here.
Oh.
There's just a lot of hustle and bustle.
Yeah, we wouldn't understand. We're back here. We wouldn't understand.
So that's what's going on. But I'm glad that Chris Verlade, we gave him some activities for the day. That's what we are excited about.
Well,
I think I can speak for the whole group when I say, what do you guys think? I mean, J. Ross's well-being was our number one priority throughout the process.
That's right.
And it just didn't quite come together.
That's right.
That's right. Talking from people inside and outside the Sack Shack, what I come to believe, and I don't have any evidence of this, this is just my thoughts.
Convenient.
I believe that there were some people inside that house that once told where the other group was going, said, I don't want to go there. I want to go to where I want to go. Just make something up why we can't go.
Well, first and foremost.
So when did you decide you didn't want to go there, Alan?
Nobody was texting me. I was not. All I said was I don't go to chain restaurants for dinner.
So look what we found here.
Yes.
On vacation. I don't do it.
Oh, on vacation.
You're not on
I don't do
vacation.
it on vacation.
You've made a great big point that you're not on vacation.
Out of town.
Convenient.
And Whitey, as one of the forefathers of 1140, along with Jason Ross, I know that you didn't have any part of this, so I know.
Thank you.
I did not. I was not in any text. I was in nothing. I was in nothing. I have
But
nothing.
yet you knew about the term team dinner.
I told you about this on the morning. I told you about this in the morning.
Well, it's not the morning. It's
Well,
now.
Alan. You told us this morning, but you didn't have any. You don't know anything about this when you came on the show today.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, now you don't know anything about it.
I know that.
So in the morning, did you know about it, or right now do you not know about it?
I don't know about it.
Let me say this on behalf of Alan. You don't need my help, but I'm going to try.
Oh, no, he does.
The term team dinner is not something we heard until this morning.
Oh no, we learned that.
Dinner.
So to exonerate you guys, we had Jeremiah on the show today, and Jeremiah claimed that he was the one to bring up team dinner. So you are not being accused of the team dinner term per se.
Okay.
But a spade is a spade. It was a team dinner.
It was used as a deterrent because we did not want to go to redacted chain restaurants.
So
and it got flipped into.
So it was used.
Yeah, it was Alan. We just found it out.
It was not. It was used. It was not by me. You can check my phone.
So Alan, you didn't use team dinner, but you didn't want to eat with Jason.
I'm a good teammate, so I'm not going to say who it was.
Baseball players say otherwise.
I'm not going to say who it was. You guys want to talk about something else, or
this has been the show today?
What's on tap for dinner tonight?
We didn't even want to come on this crosstalk because and we didn't even know it was going to be this bad. We didn't even know it was going to be this bad.
Well, we also wanted to thank you because, as per usual, Alan Stiles, you provide content for the show and the station. So we really have appreciated how it's helped us get.
That's
through
a given,
the 4 hours.
and I wasn't even a part of it.
Right.
I really wasn't.
You just made the decision not to go with the.
Yeah.
And you force everyone else to that decision.
Have
correct?
you apologized to Jason Ross?
Chris, why are you talking? Why are you still talking?
He's part of our show today.
Chris, go cut something. Go cut something.
How about I cut in deep with you, and why don't you like Jason Ross?
Chris, you've been texting me since 6 a.m. Go cut something.
I would just like everybody to know that I figured it out. I knew it was Alan from the start.
And what again is your evidence of that, Chris?
He just said it. He
What
just
did I
said,
say?
I don't do chain restaurants.
On vacation.
On vacation.
We were sitting by the pool. Hey, so-and-so is going to chain restaurant. Well, I'm not going because I don't go to chain restaurants when I'm out of town, especially in Vegas. Are you kidding me? No judgment.
Kayla, you had a
here
follow-up
we
question
are.
about dinner tonight, yeah?
Oh, no, I'm curious as to where you guys, because you've done Mexican, you've done Italian, so where is the dinner tonight?
And is Jason Ross invited?
We're planning on going to Bobby's Burgers,
Ooh.
Bobby Flay's Burgers.
Ooh.
Huh.
That's the plan.
Wait, there's only one Bobby Flay's Burgers?
Or is that a chain?
Sounds like a chain.
Sounds like this interview's over.
Oh.
We may have to split up tonight.
No, but where did you go? Where did you go last night, Alan?
Chris, what do you want from me?
No,
like,
I just know that
your day.
I know
here?
that you're
Like,
you're
geez,
really
Louise.
against chain restaurants. But where did you go last night?
Or do we lose connection?
Where did you go last night, Alan?
He's left the building. He's leaving the set.
Chris got him.
Left the building?
Chris got him.
Yeah. He's leaving the set. Yes.
What do
yes.
you
How's
guys
everybody?
have on the show today?
Today, we are going to talk with, it's an ongoing process. One of the things that we're going to have, Jeremy Fowler's going to join us.
Oh, nice.
From ESPN.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to have, our crazy crew of youngsters, Sactown Sports Digital Kings team. They are going to be at the arena. We unfortunately can't broadcast from the arena. So while the Kings are playing, we'll be, checking in with them at the arena throughout the course of the show once the game starts to see how things are unfolding. And Matt, I apologize for taking that shot at you. We thought we were under duress here, so I may have laid that on a little strong.
No problem, Whitey. I actually wanted to commend you because it was very kind of you to offer Alan some of your coleslaw this morning, and I'm glad. Whitey has his. What is it called? The morning recap, or what is it called?
Whitey's Wake Up.
Whitey's Wake Up.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Whitey shared on Whitey's Wake Up this morning that he tried to share some of his coleslaw with Alan Stiles, who refused to have it. Because was it chain coleslaw? Or was it local coleslaw?
I'm not, like I said on the Whitey's Wake Up, I don't know that it was the highest grade of coleslaw, so I can't really blame him. Maybe I took it wrong at the time. We've been traveling, get a little cranky. We were just out at a place, Jay and Alan and I tried to get some coleslaw for the whole group, and neither one of them wanted anything to do with it. So it might just be a slaw thing. I'm a slaw guy.
I like slaw, too.
I'm a slaw man.
Who's a slaw man?
Well, Whitey, we appreciate you staying through the heat and not abandoning your post. We're just asking questions. We just wanted to know. We felt bad for our friend Jason Ross, who was very hurt this morning. So we're just doing our due diligence. But we're looking forward to 4 hours of the drive, guys. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles, simultaneously while Kings Summer League basketball is going on. Day 2 in Las Vegas. Day 1 was fantastic. I'm sure day 2 will be even better. Have a great show out there, guys. And Kayla and I will see you at 10 a.m. tomorrow to break down a breakout night for Darius Acuff Jr. tonight. I'm calling it.
Let's go, DA5. Peace.
Even among the most heated rivals, nothing brings people together quite like a little bit of turbulence.
When someone says, hey, there's an